Folks, welcome back to another live. So, as you can see from the title, it's just titled Let's Talk. Because I feel like with a lot of my videos and a lot of the live streams, they can get pretty animated, right? And, really a lot of energy, high energy, and it's good for content and it's good for, viewers, especially for the shorter videos. But I'll tell you why I'm making this video. So a few days ago, I was on the phone with one of my friends, lives close to me. We've been friends our whole lives. And he was telling me, he goes, Alex, I can barely even watch your videos, man. I go, wait, what are you talking about? They're that bad? He goes, no, it's just, I know you're not always like that. I go, like what? He's like, just like all like high energy and all like, animated and all the stuff. And I'm like, I go, well, what about when I come over and we're watching like UFC fights or we're watching a hockey game? I definitely get that way. He's like, yeah, all right, fair. He's like, but like right now we're talking on the phone or we're just chilling and hanging. You're not like that. I go, well, no, but these are 10-minute, 12-minute videos where I got to keep people entertained and I have to, get these financial data points and historical data. And I've got to get this information across to people in a way to where they're not getting bored and they're bleeding from the eyes because they're just listening to someone monotone, just like go through numbers like an accountant or something. Right. And so, he kind of came over and understood, but he's just like, yeah, it's just hard for me, because when me and you talk about the stuff on the phone or in person, we just kind of discuss it like, normal talking. And I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. And I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going to try to add in some more just talking videos. I'm just going to talk like I always talk. And it's not going to be, jazzed up for content. It's not going to be this high energy, open thumbnail type stuff. And I figure we'll just talk. And we'll just talk. And I'll go through everything that I've been getting asked. I mean, guys, I've been getting, I don't even know. I mean, I get emails, Instagram messages, Discord messages. I mean, I get stuff like all over the place every single day. Every time I wake up, eBay messages, TCG Player messages. I get stuff so much when I wake up. Like my entire morning, right, is, I make my coffee and my peanut butter and jelly toast, what I eat a lot of times in the morning. And I'll just sit there for the first like hour of my day, just trying to respond to a lot of this stuff. And then I'll hit the gym. I'll come home and finish responding if I haven't finished yet. And then, I'll ship my orders and things like that. And so I don't even really get my day started with everything else I have to do until like, 10, 11 o'clock. And so, anyway, that's a story for another day, but I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of stuff about like all the different segments of my channel and business and investing and flipping and, like the pack breaks and wanting my advice on people doing that. And so I just wanted to kind of just give like a whole broad perspective of what's going on and like, my I guess my strategies, how I see this, they're going to be different from a lot of people's. And I'm just going to go through everything, and give you guys an idea of how you can implement any one of these for yourself, because that's really the first thing I'm going to start out. So I even, guys, I don't do this. I know a lot of people like they print out or they like write out scripts or like things to keep them on subject. I've never done that. I literally hit the camera, I click record, and I just start talking whatever subject I'm talking on. And I get through it. Sometimes I do have to record it a couple times because I'll make a mistake or I'll think back and say, it came out wrong. But I never do stuff like this. But I did want to type some stuff out, so I stayed on track and I did hit all the different points I wanted to hit because, again, I get a lot of questions. I just wanted to help out. And then in February, we are going to be starting something a little new on the channel. I'm going to keep that under wraps for now. But for now, I'm just going to go through this. We'll talk a little more about it in February. That might help a little more for everyone out there who really wants to get, deeper in this hobby and really take it more seriously. And it's not just kind of like watching YouTube videos for fun or collecting for fun or anything like that. So before I get into all this, I do want to address one quick thing. Whatnot. Whatnot is starting. All right. So it was originally supposed to be Sunday. They contacted me and pushed me to Tuesday. They said, Tuesday, we're going to be a little lighter and we can promote your stream more on Tuesday. And so starting on Tuesday, I am going to have my first Whatnot stream. Now, let's address all the BS real quick. All right. A lot of bad publicity has come out about Whatnot. And all I'm going to say to you is, have you ever heard of scams happening on eBay? All throughout eBay's history, especially when they were new, eBay was notorious for those things happening when they were a new company. What about Facebook? You've been scammed on Facebook. I heard of people getting scammed on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Do you still use all those platforms? Most of you? That's my opinion on Whatnot. Have there been mistakes? Yes. Have there been issues with, sellers scamming? Yes. Are they a newer company? Yes. Are they trying to fix things? I believe they are. Not only that, I know me, you know me. I've said this before. When you don't lie, right? When you tell the truth all the time, you don't have to try to remember what you said because what you said is the truth. So if anyone asks me to repeat something, I can just tell them exactly how I still feel. And it's always going to line up with what I used to say because I don't try to lie. I don't try to scam. I've had an eBay account for 12 years. You can go look it up. It's got 100% positive feedback. I make sure to answer, questions when most of them nowadays. I get so many on eBay, I can't answer all of them. So many people offering me, deals or trying to, trying to ask for deals, whatever it may be. But I respond to my buyers. I have everything shipped out next day. I ship it out well protected. All of my pack breaks. Anyone that's been a part of my pack breaks on YouTube, keep the packs on screen. I open the sealed boxes and sealed ETBs on screen. We've had great hits on the box breaks. I don't try to, here's the thing. You don't need to scam in this hobby to be successful in this hobby. Anyone doing that is just trying to they're trying to jump ahead the line. They're trying to get ahead faster than they need to. You don't need to scam. And so me going on Whatnot, I'm not worried about what everyone else is doing. Everyone else can do what they want. Guess what? There's a lot of shady things that happen on YouTube. I don't care, right? I know me. I know what I do. All of you know that I'm not a scammer. And so I don't mind going on a platform like Whatnot, right? Let's talk about the positives, all right? Positive one, way easier for buying and selling. You don't have to go to an outside website like my own website and buy through there and all that. It's easier just to click buy. I can run live auctions on Whatnot for things. We can run live giveaways during the stream. It's just set up a lot better for breakers. It is a wider audience on Whatnot for breaks, where a lot of YouTube audience. I understand a lot of you guys just aren't in the pack breaking thing, and so I just feel like there's a lot of positives branching out a little bit. Now, here's where I got to shill a little bit, guys. Forgive me, but there is a link in the description, right? And I'm going to share it right now if I can. All right. I'll pull it up later. Anyway, guys, my Whatnot link at the top of the description. It's no purchase necessary. All you have to do is sign up through my link. All right. Whatever, sign up, confirm your email, whatever they ask you to do. And you get a free $15 to spend, no purchase necessary. And so what I'm going to do, if anyone wants to show up for my stream, it's going to be 7 p.m. Central Time, Tuesday night. I am going to purposely have a lot of singles, slabs, and packs that I'm not only have it buy it now, but also sending at auctions that are all going to be valued around that $10 to $15 mark. That way, I know that you can literally come to my stream and get $15 in whatever you want, and it's no cost to you. It's literally just for supporting me. You can come get free stuff off me through courtesy of Whatnot. And I'm going to make sure I have stuff for everyone. So we're going to have a bunch of different sealed packs from a bunch of different sets. I got a bunch of Japanese singles, right? Some vintage hollows I'm going to have. We got some English singles. We got some slabs. Little bit of everything. We're going to have buy it now in auction. So it's going to be a great night. I'm going to make sure even with shipping. So I'll probably have a lot of stuff ending, pack lots and card lots ending around $10, $11. And that way, even with the shipping, you'll get charged of $3 or $4. You can just spend your $15 you get free and just have a free night and have a fun time. If you want to go above and beyond, support a little more, obviously don't appreciate it. But if anyone would do that, all right, I would obviously greatly appreciate it. The better the first stream goes, the better partnership it's going to be with Whatnot. So another thing I wanted to address. So first off, let me go ahead and copy this link. I'm going to go ahead and post it, guys. I got to shill it. You guys know. I gotta be a shill. Hold on. Get out of my way. All right. So anyway, there is that link. All you gotta do, click it, sign up, whatever. Where was I going with this? Where was I going? Whatnot. The pack breaks on the YouTube channel. Nothing is changing there. All right. So we're still going to continue to do the weekly pack breaks on the YouTube channel. I do have one coming up this Thursday. They're going to continue to stay on Thursday nights. I think that works out pretty well. For anyone who likes to do those, we got some good stuff. We got some good stuff this week, guys. Here, I'm going to share it. Ready? Check it out. We got Unified Minds and Unbroken Bonds this week, as well as Paldea Evolved again, because I wanted to have a cheaper option for people that don't want to, go for the big packs, and they can get 4 Paldea Evolved packs. So I do have Paldea Evolved again, because it was a hit last time. But Unified Minds and Unbroken Bonds are up on nostalgianomics.com if anyone wants to be in the box break tomorrow night, 7 p.m. But as far as Whatnot goes, guys, look, they reached out to me. I know in let me get back. Sorry, that was kind of like Inception, right? I had the video going at the same time. I know other people have talked about, Whatnot or deals or whatever. I mean, I know PokeNE, I seen him make a video about it where he didn't mention the name. Everyone knew he was talking about Whatnot. Look, I don't know what kind of deals other creators are making, but I made sure of a bunch of things in my deal. One of the things is I don't have to stream on there exclusively. Like I don't have to just use Whatnot. So that was one thing. 2, I didn't sign anything. I don't know what people are talking about. Sign on the dotted line. I didn't sign nothing. All right. So I'm not like under anyone's thumb. Like no one's telling me what to do. I don't know what's up with all that. Literally, it was a good deal for me. It's a way to get, it's another platform to sell on with a different audience where I can run auctions, run giveaways. I just want to see how it works. And I think it's going to be a good setup for breaks. But as far as that goes, I didn't take any kind of like weird, contract deal where I have to do certain things. I mean, it's like literally, they asked me to promote the stream before I go on my social medias. Like that's like the extent of what I was asked to do. And in return for that, they gave me whatever, some deals, some sign up bonuses, whatever it is. And they are going to promote my stream. So it kind of goes closer to the top of the list and more people can find me organically. And then it's my job to keep them there. Right. So that's the whole Whatnot story, guys. There's no nefarious things going on. There's no like sign my soul away type thing. So I don't know why everyone talks of that going on. I don't know. I mean, I'm 100% honest with you guys. I would tell you there's nothing like that going on. I have been reached out to by a Drip Shop as well, which I'm also considering. They're pitching deals, but for now I'm just going to give Whatnot a chance. So with that being said, guys, I would really appreciate it if you guys. I mean, literally, it's free. It's free for you to sign up, and you can come support the break, come support the me. And like I said, you can get I'll have a whole bunch of cards you can pick up for free that night. All right, so that's the whole Whatnot story. It is what it is. I know some people are saying, why Whatnot? I like the platform. They ran through it. I ran through it a couple of times. I like it. Here's what happened, guys. I think just content creators latched on to Whatnot is easy to pick on. And, you had like Rattle making videos or all these other people making videos about it. And it just got such a bad name. You did have people doing sketchy things and wrong things on there. I get it. But, I'm one of those people where it's like, hey, I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Right? I don't fear no evil. I mean, I can go on Whatnot because I know I don't do scammy stuff. Right? I know I'm not going to be on there, doing these crazy bounties or trying to rip packs off screens or resealing packs. I don't do any of that crap. Right? I keep it all in the up and up. I keep it all on camera. So I don't have to fear any of that BS. And so, yes, that's why I'm going to be on Whatnot. And then the benefits, I listed all the benefits, like pretty much everything I listed. But again, I'm keeping it on here. I just think there's a different audience there. And again, it's a way for get you guys all $15 free. You guys can open a whole bunch of free packs that night on Whatnot, which is, I think that's a benefit in and of its own. But there's that. Okay. Oh, guys, that girl gifted 5 memberships. Don gifted a membership. I appreciate you guys as always. Thanks so much for the support, guys. Some people prefer Drip. Yeah, I mean, I'm still talking with Drip. We're negotiating terms right now, so that could always be something in the future. I'm just looking around. I told everyone I was going to look around this year at different options, but because it is part of my business online. So we can come back. I'll answer more questions about that later when I get to the Q&A portion if you guys want to talk more about that. But I do want to stay on track, right? I got some stuff I want to talk about. So first off, content-wise. For anyone new to my channel and anyone who's been here a long time, a lot of you know this, some of you don't, but I started my channel because I thought there was a real need in the market for, I felt like a lot of the Pokemon investing channels, one, it was a lot of vintage talk, right? It was a lot of older, rare, mint, or better stuff, pop report talks, like all that stuff. I didn't feel like there was enough modern sealed and modern investing type content outside of the real wild and wacky, crazy, open mouth thumbnail content and all the pack breakers. Like, I didn't think there was enough like serious modern investing content. I also thought that a lot of the investing content was too long form, right? I thought, you're talking like, 20, 30-minute videos, hours and hours of long lives. And I didn't think there was enough people condensing the real need to know nitty gritty information down to digestible formats in that 8, 10, 12, even 15-minute videos. That was the reason I created my content, as well as, I'm not going to get into it. You guys, a lot of you know, I was banned from, multiple online platforms for speaking my mind. I was banned from other investing YouTube channels for, the challenging the creators and speaking my mind about things. And so I finally said, screw it. I'll start a YouTube channel and see if people actually want to listen to this stuff because I think it's important. And, surprise, surprise, here we are. I mean, we're well over 8,000 subscribers now. So apparently people are wanting to listen to this, and apparently it is needed. So, I'm really appreciative for all of that. But that was the reason I started this channel. Also, the biggest reason, bigger than either one of those reasons, the biggest reason I started this channel is the anyone can do it mentality. I felt like the way that a lot of people were approaching their content, it really, how do I want to put this? It really ostracized a large portion of this community, right? A lot of the investing channels were talking about these really niche cards, these scarce cards, these very expensive cards, these hard to find cards, right? Like, old vintage products or old vintage, graded cards, 10s and 9s, very few on the market, very hard to find. I felt like they were more risky, really deep stuff, too deep knowledge stuff, like mid-era or all these these weird releases or Japanese exclusives, like stuff you really have to dig into the hobby to even know existed, right? And I felt like it was hard for a newcomer. I felt it would be hard for a newcomer to really dive in and, one, care about all of that and really take the time to dive in and learn all that knowledge. And so the reason my channel started was mainly because it's an anyone can do it channel. I truly felt like anybody can invest in modern sealed product. If you're just like a parent that's just got in with their kids and you're getting involved with the hobby a little bit, you don't really have a lot of time, a lot of base knowledge, guess what? You can invest in modern sealed. Even if you're a super deep investor collector, even you can see the potential in modern sealed. If you don't have a lot of time on your hands, you're just kind of a hobbyist, like maybe you open some packs sometimes, maybe you watch a little YouTube content, but you don't have time to dig in and scour eBay and scour. You can invest in modern sealed product. Like it's a supplement to if you're a flipper, if you are really deep and you are buying and selling, even you can invest in modern sealed. Like I feel like the modern seal thing was everyone can do it. It's widely available. Every new set, everyone can do it, right? Not everyone can go buy a random vintage card, right? There's not enough available. There's not enough on the market. Not everyone can afford a vintage card or a vintage box or a mid-air. Not everyone can do that, but everyone literally watching this channel can invest in modern sealed product. And that's what I loved about it. And that's the reason I got a lot of heat. People said, well, Alex, if everyone can do it, it's too easy, and that means it won't work. Or Alex, if everyone's doing it, then who's going to buy it in the future? That's why it won't work. Or Alex, this is what happened in 90 sports cards. It got too plentiful, and that's why they're not worth anything. And everyone had all these different opinions, and I stayed the course. I mean, if there's one thing that you can say about me, I've been the same since day one. Since day one, I've preached the same exact things I preach now. Have I evolved? Well, sure. I'm running a business now. I mean, I've evolved in different TCGs. Like I've definitely evolved, but I've stayed the same since day one on everything I've said, and I still believe it to this day. Anyone can do this, and I believe in modern sealed product. Let me read through some of the things I got here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing is I wanted to keep the content based around facts, historical data, numbers, and things like that, because I saw a lot of the Pokemon investing content. It was basically people just talking to a screen and giving their opinions, right? Giving their opinions based on whatever knowledge they had, whatever experience they had. It didn't matter. It was always their opinions, though. They would just, spew out their opinions on why this, why that. But I felt like very few of them backed it up with numbers and data, statistics, charts, historical move. Like no one was doing that. They were just spewing out what they thought. And that was another huge reason I started this channel, is because I wanted people to see that the numbers, the data, statistics, it supports the things I'm saying. It's not just some guy who, got lucky that he was collecting Pokemon cards and everything went to the moon with Pandemic and Logan Paul, and now I made a bunch of money, so I'm trying to act like I know what I'm talking about. No, it has nothing to do with that, right? I mean, I've been investing in markets since I was 18 years old. I started collecting Pokemon in 2015, but I really started investing in 16 and 17. So I wasn't just someone who was, just like a collector who just got lucky. I was strategically making moves, which I still am today. And so I wanted to share that with people so that, the facts could speak for themselves and it didn't have to be my opinion over someone else's opinion. So that was another huge reason I thought a channel like this was necessary. The last thing is the negativity was definitely there. It's more prevalent now, but the negativity was still there. And I feel like too many times in this community, people hide behind the veils of being realists. A lot of times you'll hear people say, well, we're just being realists, right? We're being real. Or, people, whatever they want to say, they hide behind these, it's like it's smarter to be negative, right? It's smarter to be fearful, right? And like there's stuff to be said for that, right? You always do want to, look at the downside risks before the upside potential, right? You always want to have positively geared risk to reward ratios and things like that. But I just felt like, and I still feel like it today, the negativity is just, it's running rampant. It's seen as like the cool kid thing to do is like be negative on things, call out when things are going down and be negative. And it's like, that's what gets the views, right? That's what gets the attention. And that's why they do it. And so that's one of the last reasons I started this channel, is I wanted to be a voice of positivity. I wanted to be a voice of hope, of like showing like, hey, this can work. Like this is working. This has worked. Don't let the fear get you down. Like guys, this is one of my greatest, I love this phrase more than anything, right? Fear kills more dreams than failure. Right. I know you guys see me wear the 116 shirts before. It stands for Romans 1:16. It's a Christian hip hop group. And one of the rappers under that they've have signed his name's Andy Mineo. And that was one of his, I believe it was Andy Mineo, but that was one of his, lines, one of his songs. I just think it rings so true. It's fear kills more dreams than failure. And it's true. Like, people who are in fear of like making moves or in fear of taking action, and they're the ones that usually miss out than the people who actually fail. Because guess what? Almost every successful person's failed at some point. The people that become ultra successful, those people that don't give up, right? Like you can fail, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times and be successful still, right? If you just let fear get you to the point where you're just afraid to ever even take a risk or take a chance, well, you've already lost. So you're 100% guaranteed to lose, right? If you try, at least you have a chance of winning. And so I just wanted this channel to kind of squash a lot of the fear out there, to show what was possible, because I feel like a lot of negativity and fear was really weighing on a lot of people and stopping a lot of people from making moves in the hobby. And so those are all the reasons why I started this channel, guys. And they all still ring true today. All right. Moving on to the next section, I get a lot of questions about, right? And a lot of criticism about. Like I said, I'm just going to be 100% real with you. You guys all know I quit my job. Y'all know. I'm doing this full time. All right. I've been very clear about this. This is a business to me. Yes, I am trying to make money doing all of this. Okay. And so I thought I'd just take you through the income streams and we can talk about it. And I'll just be completely open about it. And you guys can hate me for it and whatever. Yes, YouTube ad revenue is an income stream. It is not my largest income stream, being a smaller channel like this. I know I'm larger, I guess, in the Pokemon investing space, but overall YouTube, overall Pokemon in general, this is a very small channel, right? Let's be honest. I can be honest with myself. I know where I stand. I'm relatively an unknown YouTuber, right? So, but it is a small portion of the income, okay? Next, yes, buy, sell, and trade. I run a buy, sell, trade business. I have eBay store, TCG Player Store. I sell through people on Discord and Instagram. where I do buyout collections in lots. I break them down and sell the singles. I do grade the singles that I can. I find gradable copies on TCG Player and eBay. I find them at live events or card shops, and I do make money grading. Everything goes into that. There is money to be made flipping sealed product. I know it sounds crazy. If anyone, buys large amounts, you can check out Pokemart USA's program, right? It's a distribution program. It's not like Rudy Alpha Investments. He actually sells you the product at wholesale cost, not trying to shill a service. But if anyone does purchase large amounts of sealed product, it may be a way to go. But so, there's plays to be had on sealed products sometimes, like, with 151, there was plays. Like with One Piece, there's obviously plays getting in a pre-release and flipping the boxes afterwards. So there's always plays with sealed product. And so yes, I'm trying to make a margin by buying and selling and grading and all of that stuff. All right. Through the content, right? There are other forms of income. There's sponsorships. You guys know I have sponsorships. I'm not shy about it. Every sponsorship I take, I do vet myself. Yes, there's criticisms on some of my sponsors. I understand that, but some of the things you guys criticize are not the things I'm looking for, right? Like the biggest things I've seen criticized on my sponsors in the past are their prices are high or they don't offer enough on trade-in, all right? Those things are part of running a business. If you walk in a lot of card shops, they're not going to offer you great money on trade-in. If you walk in a lot of card shops, they're going to have prices that are high, right? But what I'm looking for is, are these people respectable members of the community? Do they do good business? Do they do what they said they're going to do? Do they ship their cards and their products in a fast timing, right? In a reasonable amount of time? Do they package well secured? Do they have relatively almost all happy customers? If all those ring true, then yes, I'm happy to, have them as a sponsor, right? Also, I found deals on like sponsor websites. Like, you guys remember I was sponsored by Canto Shark. I'm still sponsored by Low Popping. I found deals on their sites. Like if I can legitimately get on there daily, I can search their inventory. I can look at their inventory compared to like what things are going for in the open market on eBay, and I can still find lower prices sometimes on those websites. Then that tells me right there, hey, it's another source. I'm not telling you guys to go blow all your money at these sites. I'm saying shop around, right? Check eBay, check TCG Player, check independent LGSs, right? Check Low Popping. Sometimes they, because of, maybe market shift, maybe sales happen on eBay, they haven't, raise their prices or lower their prices. There's always unoptimized parts of the market. So yes, you can find deals on certain slabs, certain products on that site from time to time. And so why wouldn't I give people another outlet to shop? And so, yeah, that's why I do support sites like that. Arizona TCG, they're a sponsor of mine. It's a great service. I mean, they're offering 11.25% for you to send them your cards. They were going to list them on their almost 10,000, 100% feedback eBay account. Okay, very trusted seller. They're going to take professional scans, do the titles, do the descriptions, handle the customer messages, ship it out for you, and then pay you basically the same, if not better, than what you were going to make selling it yourself on eBay if you didn't have any special things set up, that weren't a top-rated seller, didn't have a store, whatever it may be. It's a great service. Of course I'm going to promote that. Catch 'em all collectibles. You guys know I'm friends with Dan. Still, it's a great service. He handles everything just like they do for you. If you don't need the instant liquidity and you want to run a buy it now service and you're willing to wait, it's 5%. You're paying him 5% to do all the heavy lifting for you, and you're getting 95% of your card's value. Of course I'm going to support that. Of course I'm going to support Dan. Here, I'm wearing the shirt. Hey, guys, this is great. You ready for this one? Ready for this? Into the AM. I did not get enough signups, enough purchases with my sponsorship video from them. This is their shirt. I am still wearing it. I actually like the clothes. They literally sent me the message. They said, Alex, we'll send you the clothes. If you like them and want to make a video, let us know. And then we will, pay you for the sponsorship and you can make the video. It wasn't this thing where it's like, hey, shill our clothes. They literally said, hey, if you like them, great. If not, don't worry about it. I like them. I made the video promoting. I think they're great looking shirts. Here, I mean, awesome artwork. They fit good. I like the way they fit. I still wear them. So yeah, I supported Into the AM. Like, guys, everyone I've supported, I believe in. I think it's a great service. I think it's a good product, whatever it may be. So yes, I make money on sponsorships. Take it for what you will. Like I mean, it's part of this. I would never support anything I didn't believe in or anyone I thought was bad for the community. But I do my best vetting who I support, and everyone I supported so far, yes, I still believe in to this day. Affiliate links. Let's talk about affiliate links. The deep dark secret of content creators, right? No secret. When you go to my videos and I have eBay links and I have TCG Player links or links to other services, right? I get a commission on those. Yes, correct. I'm very open and honest about that. There's nothing to hide. You know what? You want to know what you get charged for that? $0. $0. It is literally the best way for you to support any of your favorite content creators is just click their links. Like the whatnot thing. You sign up for an account, you come to the stream, you get, here, come buy a Hidden Fates pack, right? Here, I got some of these cool, these Japanese, right? Some Japanese cards, right? We're gonna have a bunch of slabs, right? A bunch of slabs going. Come get yourself $15 in free cards or slabs or packs that night. You get to support your favorite, one of your favorite creators, and it costs you nothing. That's what affiliate links are, right? You click the link, you buy a product. I get a little kickback for sending that site a customer. You pay no extra fee. It's the same as you going to the site yourself and buying the same item. Right. I'm never trying to shill an item, tell you to buy something just so I can make a little off it. I'm saying, hey, if you are going to go shopping, if you're already budgeted and are going to buy something and it's already in your cart even, just feel free to maybe click my link before you buy it. It helps me out. That way, it doesn't cost you anything to support the channel. It costs you nothing, and you're supporting the channel indirectly. So that's what affiliate links are. That's all it is. That's part of the revenue. Okay. Pack breaks. Last thing, right? Pack breaks. Yep. I make a little bit off pack breaks. I searched around speaking of whatnot, I've searched around whatnot. I searched around eBay lives. I've searched around Drip Shop. I've searched around other YouTube streams and TikTok streams. I make sure that my pack breaks are always very, very reasonably priced, right? Guys, Unified Minds. I have it 22 a pack. There are whatnot streamers that are selling them. I saw them selling them $29 a pack, right? TCG Player right now, right? You can't even find those packs for less than that on TCG Player, right? I try to make sure I'm fair with all of my packs, that they are under or at what other streamers are charging. So that way you guys are getting the best deal, right? So it's another way for you to support the channel. Maybe you get some crazy pulls, have some fun. That's another reason I do pack breaks. It's not even about the money. I love it. It's a way for me to be able to open product without spending all my own money, right? I mean, I've already thought about doing some of my own pack breaks on stream because I do love opening product. But it's a way for me to be able to see all the cards, open the packs, still get that rush. Like, I get the rush. When I slide that card and I see someone gets a great hit, I get probably as much rush as they do. I love this stuff. I love pulling the cards. But yeah, pack breaks are another source. And then the last thing, yeah, investing. That's my long-term source of income. When the products appreciate over time, I do sell off some of those products, and I do make money there. So that's more of my long-term income. That's it, guys. Those are my forms of income for this channel. Fair enough. Very honest. Very upfront. Nothing hidden. We good? All right. We're getting through this, guys. We're getting through it. And if my friend's watching this is me, man. You know it. It's how we talk. I'm not wild and animated today. We're just talking. All right. Let's talk about investing. I don't know why. First of all, let me I gotta take Wish Nikki real quick. I mean, the $10 donation, man. I'm attempting to create a new genre of live openings, Battle Royale. Sounds interesting. I launched this Saturday and would love to give you a free entry. Keep up the good work. Nikki, that sounds like an awesome idea. Yeah, hey, reach out to me on Instagram, Nostalgianomics, or Discord. My Discord, you can reach out to me, private message, and let me know the details. Send me the link. I'll be happy to show up and check it out. I really appreciate that. Sounds like a good time. Thank you. Anything else I missed? All right, we're good. Okay. So, investing. I don't know why investing is such a bad rap in this community. I even see, and here's the other thing I have not like an issue with, but like a lot of the flippers and the businesses, they always talk down on investing. Like, a lot of people, like, one at the top of my mind, I was just watching, and I like the guy. Like, don't take this as I'm talking shit. I'm not talking shit. But like RNG Games, right? Magic Channel, he has a local card shop. But I was watching one of his videos recently, and was just telling, just normal video. The guy's cool, he just tells it like it is. But he was, just like giving his point of view, saying, yeah, just investing just doesn't make sense. Like you have all this product sitting there. You could be flipping it, making hundreds and hundreds of percent more. And I get all that. Here's the thing, guys. Every time these flippers and these businesses talk about they're running their business, right? Buying and selling, buying and selling. Of course, you are going to make more money making an income for yourself, running a business or a side business, right? Than you are investing. You're going to make more doing that than your 401k too. It's not just Pokemon. You're going to make more than that than your IRA, than your real estate investments, right? You're always going to make more. Your income is your biggest wealth building tool, right? I mean, Dave Ramsey always says that. If anyone watches him, your income is your most powerful and your largest wealth building tool. It always will be, okay? Here's my issue. You got to invest somewhere. You have to invest somewhere, right? At some point, you're going to have to put money aside somewhere to grow over time so that you can live off it when you no longer can work. When you can't work anymore, when you can't do all the flip, eventually you're old. Where's that income come from? So that's my question to all those people is, well, you're investing somewhere, right? Like, do you have a 401k? Do you have an IRA? Do you have a Roth IRA? Are you buying rental properties? Like, you got to be investing somewhere. Now, some people will say, well, no, I'm actually not. I'm reinvesting all of my business. And that's cool, right? You can just invest in your business enough to where it gets to a point where you can invest. Or some people just never invest and they just go all in on their business, and eventually they can build it up to a high enough valuation where they can just sell their business and they can live off that. And that becomes, what they live. And then usually they invest that money, right? Whether they put it in a money market or just like an S&P index or just something, an annuity, and they just live off that income. But eventually you invest somewhere, usually for 99.9% of people, right? Now, most people do this with their 401k, right? So you could say like, well, I make more doing this. Like, okay, but you're putting a portion of your money in your 401k. You make a lot more working your job, but you're still investing in 401k. So that's what I'm talking about Pokemon investing. It's not meant to replace your income. It is not meant to beat flipping, right? It's not meant to beat someone running a business. It is meant to grow your wealth over time passively without working, with your feet up, right? And that's always been what I've pushed. I've never pushed it's going to outpace like someone flipping cards or outpace your graded plays or outpace your collection buying. It's never been what investing is about, ever. All it's ever been about is, one, I like modern sealed for a bunch of reasons, but here's why. One, I've been in the hobby now 9 years. I've never seen on the open market boxes fall below $70. Okay, now maybe there's been sales, maybe there's been like TikTok deals, maybe there's been like eBay and TCG Player rebates or percentage, whatever. But full price, even back during the Roaring Skies and Primal Clash, if you guys weren't there, I was there, and XY, they didn't go that low. When Evolutions was printing umpteenth million times, they did not go that low. Chilling Reign, Battle Styles, Fusion Strike, they did not go past $70. Like, we can keep going. Like right now, Scarlet and Violet era. TikTok deals did, but full price, they never went under $70. Okay, so I know that over past 9 years, there's been a built-in floor. Can something always change? Of course, nothing is 100% in investing, but there's a lot larger possibility that $70 is a built-in floor. So I know when I'm buying modern steel boxes in the 80s and 90s, I have a very limited downside risk. And I know that every booster box in Pokemon's history has always risen over time, given enough time. So I know that I have 100% historical data on my side that these boxes are going to rise over time. So with that being said, that's why I still like modern sealed boxes at or under retail. It's proven, right? It's been proven for long enough time so far. The reason I like that over vintage cards, vintage product, high dollar slabs, even if they're not vintage, mid-era, modern, is because the risk to reward ratio is so much greater, right? Now you can say, well, Alex, there's a lot of plays right now. There's a lot of pickups that are good pickups because they've fallen so far from their highs. Guys, if a card falls from $10,000 to $5,000, yeah, it's a better buy. It dropped in half. Guess what? That card can go to 4,000 and 3,000 and 2,000 and 1,000, right? There is no floor. Same thing with the box. Base set booster boxes peaked at $30,000. They've now fallen into teens. They could fall to 10,000. They could fall to $9,000. Now, they could also go up. I'm not trying to say vintage is a bad investment, right? I'm not saying you cannot make money investing in certain vintage cards, certain vintage items, whatever it may be. I'm saying the risk to reward ratio is off, right? There's as much or more risk sometimes investing in some of those things than there is reward. Whereas with modern, the reward is so much greater than the risk to the downside. That's why I'm so bullish on modern sealed investing. I think it's the easiest to find, right? Easiest to source. Anyone can do it. You can find it anywhere at release. 2, there's so little downside risk. 3, it's proven with time every box has went up in value. And 4, it's not a huge dollar amount that it costs, right? If you want to invest in one box, one case, most anyone can afford that. Whereas a lot of these higher dollar items and cards, not everyone can even afford that. So you're already at a smaller customer base. It's a smaller amount of liquidity the higher the price that items get. And so it's a harder transaction there. There's more friction. So that's why I'm still so bullish on modern sealed investing. That's the investing side. Collecting. I know you guys always hear invest in what you like. It's wrong. Do not invest in what you like. You might get lucky, and sometimes you like the things that the majority of the population likes. Great. You collect what you like. You invest in what makes the most sense when you get into the dollars and cents and the numbers and the data. That's where you invest. When you collect what you like. Guys, you guys see my shelf in there when I make those videos in my other room, right? You see that. I mean, I have Mabostif illustration rare and Arvin special illustration rare on the shelf. Do I think those are good investments? No. Do I love the cards? Because me and my wife played the game and they mean something to us. We liked that character. We liked the Mabostif because, I grew up with Mastiff dogs. And so it kind of clicks with me. Yeah. I have the Mewtwo tag team on my shelf. The promo. Me and my wife talk about because we feel like that's me and her, right? Like I'm the one who's always just like, oh my gosh, and she's always the one that's always just like fun and giggly and always making jokes. Like so, like we have that card on the shelf, right? Like I have a lot of things in my collection, right, that I just like to collect. Now, can those things rise in value over time? Of course. Can they appreciate? Yes, but that needs to be secondary when it comes to collecting. Collect what you like. Right? If you have money in your budget to enjoy yourself and you could go to a hockey game, you could go to a concert, you could go out to dinner, or you could buy yourself something, you choose to buy yourself something, then that's it. The money would be gone anyway. It's entertainment money. It's a bonus if it rises in value, but it should be about collecting something you want, whether it be a binder collection, a sealed product, a card, whatever it is, right? But there's a lot of ways to collect, right? Obviously, if you can afford it, buy it. What I do a lot of the time is when I send in big graded card orders, I usually try to send in multiple copies of a card. And then if I get enough of the 10s back and I can make enough profit, I'll keep one. You guys see the gold Reshiram Charizard Sun and Moon promo and the gold Pikachu Zekrom Sun and Moon promo on my shelf as well. Guess what? I graded multiple of each of those. I was able to flip enough of them to where those cards have a zero cost basis for me. So that's another way you can collect things that you have zero cost basis in. After you did enough flipping and grinding, that it cost me nothing, right? Grading fees, cost of the card, those cost me nothing because I made the money back flipping. I even made profits on the others that I flipped. So that's another way to do it. Buying out lots and collections. You're able to buy out large lots and collections. You're able to build your collection that way by putting some of that aside for yourself, flipping the rest, recouping all your money, and even making some profits, and then rinse and repeating that. That's what I did a lot of when I started out in this hobby. So like that's what collecting needs to be, guys. Make it about what you like. Don't let who cares what anyone says about it. It's for you. It's not for them. So that's another side of this hobby, guys. Enjoy collecting. Enjoy opening packs. Stop always thinking about, I wasted this amount of money opening packs. I didn't pull anything. No, you didn't. You got entertainment. You had fun doing it, right? You don't go, to a concert and say, I wasted all that money watching that person sing on stage. I could have just listened to it on the radio or on my phone. No, you don't say that. You had an experience. You enjoyed it. Same thing with opening packs. Enjoy opening packs. Enjoy cracking boxes. It's fun, right? It's fun. Enjoy yourself in this hobby. It's still a hobby at the end of the day. Last thing I guess I have on here is flipping. Let's talk about flipping, right? I talked about it a little bit earlier when I was talking about my business, but of course, you can buy out collections and lots. I still do a lot of that. It's very lucrative. It's probably one of the best things you can do. the bulk, right? Eli does a lot of the bulk operations, Pokemon USA. Mason, Cardinal Gaming, does a lot of bulk. I think even Catch 'em All Collectible says he has a Roka now, one of those sorting machines. So I don't know if he does bulk, but a lot of people do bulk, and they're very successful. I mentioned RNG Games. He does bulk, very successful with it, right? And so the bulk operation is a very real moneymaker. People say, well, how does that work? Well, it's pretty easy, right? You have your own bulk. You can buy others' bulk for like a cent or a few cents a card, depending on what it is, common or a reverse hollow, whatever, right? You send it through, you can buy one of those machines. That's really expensive. I'd probably start out just sorting yourself. You sort all the cards. You list them on TCG Player, eBay, whatever, right? TCG Player is probably easier because, time consuming to try and list that many on eBay. But, get a bunch of cards that are a cent, but then you can sell them on there for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents, even more sometimes. And you make a difference, right? And with enough volume, it does become profitable. Now, do I do this? No, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. I don't want to build up that kind of business. And so it's not for me. It's not for everyone, but there is money to be made in bulk. Grading. It's definitely something I take advantage of, right? Sourcing raw cards, right? That have positively geared risk to reward ratios with the 10s and the 9s, being good at pre-grading them. I do sending cards. I grade and I flip those graded cards for a profit. Obviously that's part of it. You can cross grade, right? You can, buy other grading companies' cards like Beckett 9.5, CGC 9.5s or 10s and try to cross grade them into PSA 10s and make a margin there. You can even crack PSA 10s or pristine CGC 10s and try to cross grade them to a black label and really hit a home run there. So cross grading is a thing. Upgrading is a thing, right? Just upgrading in the same grading service. Like I've cracked PSA 9s and I felt looked better than that. Cracked them, sent them back in. They regraded them a 10. So you can always upgrade. There's a lot of grading plays out there, right? They're not disappearing. Grading cards still sell very well, despite what you might hear. Let's see. I talked about it before. Like, there is still product plays from time to time. If you can get in on pre-releases, especially on new games, Lorcana, One Piece, other things like that, where you can get in very low pre-release prices. Once they come out, the market's already higher. You can flip those and make good and more money there. This was a play before on the PC ETBs. Now that play is sort of disappearing, but it might still be there for a little profit. You can buy a bunch of those and flip those onto the market, right? So that's a play. Here's a play I've been experimenting with a little more. I used to do it back in the day. I've been doing it a little more now. Completing sets. You'd be surprised. Some of these sets, especially like with what I do, like if I buy large lots and they have like incomplete sets, but it only needs like 5 or 10 cards to complete it, I'll see what the whole set sells for. I'll see what I can buy those 5 or 10 cards for. I'll see what I can sell like and sometimes it makes sense to just complete the whole set and just list it. They're more time-consuming sales. They're going to take longer to move. They're less liquid, but you can make margin selling sets. Like, I dabble in Yu-Gi-Oh! Some of you know. You can sell some of those Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets for huge profits, a lot more than it costs to just buy all the single cards out. So, that's always a thing is going after the set collectors, right? And so, like, there's a million different ways you can go about the flipping business. I do use a lot of those strategies. I don't use some of them, like I talked about the bulk operation, but that's a huge thing you can do in this hobby. So like, guys, there is a whole slew of different things that you can do in this hobby. That's what I do. I've made it very clear with a lot of people. A lot of people said, Alex, you have to do X, Y, and Z. Alex, you got to get in Japanese if you want to be a full-time flipper. Alex, you got to do large volumes. You got to be sending hundreds and hundreds of cards to PSA if you want to do this full-time. And I said, well, I'm not sure I want to be a full-time just seller. Like that doesn't sound fun to me. Like, when Eli explained, the bulk operation to me, it doesn't sound fun, right? I don't want to have all these employees and all these machines and do millions and millions of packages. Like it just doesn't sound very fun, right? I want to do less sales and make more margins, but I won't make as much money, but I'll make more margins. I'll do less work, right? And then I can supplement that income, right? I can do content with YouTube, right? And I can do some other things, and I can kind of bring all these different sources of income into this big pie, and each one is a piece of the pie, but it all equals up to a pretty nice income and a nice life to where I don't have to have employees. I don't have to be working all the time. I'm not constantly buying and selling and sourcing cards. And I'm doing more of what I enjoy. And so that's what I've kind of done with this business. And that's kind of where we're at, guys. So for anyone just tuning in, you can go back and listen. I tried to cover pretty much everything and be 100% honest with you guys about where everything's going with the channel, what I'm doing with the business. The top of the chat, guys, if anyone's just getting here, I know a lot of people are here that weren't at the beginning of the stream. It's a Whatnot link. Yes, I'm going to be doing Whatnot. Yes, I'm sure you've heard a lot of bad things about Whatnot. A lot of you guys know me for a long time. Have you heard any, other than, I shouldn't say you heard bad things about me. Everyone's heard bad things about Alex. But what I'm gonna say is, have you ever seen me scamming? Do you see any bad reviews on my eBay TCG player? Has anyone had any issues with pack breaks with me? Do you see me doing bounties or you know, all this other BS, or taking people's, trying to scam people, right? I don't do those things. Do you think I'm gonna do those on Whatnot? No. I can be a voice of change on Whatnot, but what it's really about, what it's more about, guys, is it's a way to open myself up to a larger customer base. And two, like I said, anyone who uses that link gets a free $15 to spend, no purchase necessary. And I'm going to have a bunch of $15, $10 or $15 cards, packs, singles, whatever it may be. So what it really is you guys can help support me. You can stop by, you can get $15 in free stuff, and you can go on your way. So that's what that link is. So that is everything, guys. That is everything in a nutshell. I'm going to scroll back up. Any questions you have for me that I didn't cover, feel free. Ask me all the hard questions you want. I'll answer them. I got nothing to hide, guys. That's the great part about just being truthful, being honest. I got nothing to hide. I know a lot of people in this community don't like me because of my takes on things, because maybe I'm too bullish, because I've come at people in the past, because I've refuted people's arguments they've made in their videos, or I've made response videos to people, or I've been on live stream debates and I've had, you know, arguments with others. You know, just people don't like me in general for my personality, whatever it may be. But all that aside, those are all fine reasons to dislike me. The only thing I wanted to make sure no one could dislike me on is saying that I'm not authentic, saying that I scam, or I'm, you know, I do bad business, or, you know, I don't believe in what I say. It's another thing I didn't talk about. Guys, every single thing that I put in these videos, I'm not going to say I buy every single item I've promoted, or I'm not going to say that I do every single thing to a T, but I truly believe in every single piece of content I put out. Any product that I put out, I do see very real opportunity there, right? Every single thing I do, I actually do it. I mean, in my basement, I've got shelves full of modern sealed product, right? I'm not someone just says one thing and does another. I do every single thing I promote. So can't say I'm not authentic there. And so that's the only thing I wanted to make sure is that if you're going to come at me, then you're hating on me for a different reason. You can't be hating on me for not being real. So that's what I got, guys. Let's go ahead. I'll go to the top of the chat. I'll try to make it through as fast as possible. I'll take all the hard-hitting questions, and let's get through this. But yeah, you guys, is this fun today, guys? This is me. This is me talking, right? Told you guys in the beginning, my friend said I need to do more videos just talking like I would on the phone with him or just in person with you guys, and not be the, you know, animated, wild, crazy, let's do the open thumbnail. Let's get people to view this 8, 10, 12-minute video. We're just talking. We're just talking today, guys. Yes. Ever think of doing a day in the life vlog? Yes. I actually messaged a couple people. I'm trying to get just some more like advice on, like, you know, wearable mics, cameras, things like that to get it in place. I am going to start doing more. That's one thing I am changing this year as well. I'm going to have more vlog style stuff, more TikToks, more any TikToks at all, I should say, more shorts, and, you know, more Instagram reels. I'm really going to be broadening my horizon content wise, like this Whatnot pack breaks. That's just part of it. So yes, that there is going to be more of that coming up for sure. Or not more of that, but some of that. I do want to get into more of the in real life stuff for sure. All right. I'm upset because one kids keep cyberbullying me, and I don't know what to do because they won't let me show the evidence to the principal. I'm thinking about showing my therapist. What are we talking about? I'm going to leave that there. Nomic sold his soul to Whatnot. Oh man, guys, I didn't sign one thing. The only agreement I even made with Whatnot is we agreed on a date to do the live stream because they said they would promote the stream, so it'd push it up in the search results. And the only other thing I agreed to is I'd help promote the stream on my social medias, which is beneficial to me because I want people there on the stream. So it's like, that's all you guys want? All right, deal. Let's do it. Like that's it, guys. So I don't know what people are talking about with these like nefarious, like sign on the dotted line contracts. I didn't do none of that. I've never done that with my sponsors. Guys, if any one of my sponsors said, Alex, can you tone down the content or can you do something? I'd be like, see ya, bye. Like every sponsor I've had on, they don't ask me to do anything. They ask me to promote their service in the video or their product in the video. And if I like it and believe in it. It's pretty simple, guys. Like, I've never signed anything, or I'll never sell my soul anything. I think someone asked me, joking in the Discord, what's next, a CGC sponsorship? Nope. Couldn't offer me enough money, guys. I would never promote something I don't believe in. So it's like, no one's selling their soul here, and I don't even understand what people are talking about with like these signing on a dotted line. I didn't sign anything. Let's see. Will you be selling damaged TCG player singles on pack breaks? I know what you're talking about. So guys, if you don't know, like, if you visit my TCG Player Store, I got a huge lot, a big binder full of a bunch of base, jungle, fossil, other played, heavy played, light played, moderate played, some damage cards on there. So you might be referring to that. But no. I mean, it'll be higher end. All these. So I pulled out. There was some good near mint singles that I'm gonna be selling. Near mint stuff, graded stuff, packs, modern and Japanese, both singles. So yeah, it's gonna be all high quality stuff, all good stuff, but affordable, right? But affordable stuff. Yes, I am still keeping the Thursday break schedule. Absolutely. I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it again right now because more people are here. We got a good one this week, guys. We got a good one. Unified Minds and Unbroken Bonds this week. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. And then more Pal D Evolve, because I get asked sometimes, Alex, why don't you have more affordable packs of the breaks? So I wanted to have some affordable ones. You can get 4 packs for 15 here. But these are going to be the big ones. Unbroken Bonds and Unified Minds, baby. We're going tag team hunting. And I'm just going to say, every other break, we pull something big. I mean, last break, if you guys weren't here for it, we pulled the full art Umbreon. The full art Umbreon from Hidden Fates. That was awesome. We pulled some alt arts. We pulled some other full art shinies that were awesome. We pulled the Glaceon. We pulled the Rainbow Legendary Birds. It was a good break. So every break we pull some heat. We got a God Pack, a 151 God Pack on the last break. Before that, we pulled the 151 Special Illustration Charizard. We pulled the Rainbow Charizard V-Star from Brilliant Stars. Like, we always have some fire on these pack breaks, so I'm expecting those Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds. We're going to pull some tag teams. We're going to pull some big ones. No Guess the Energy games. Nope. It's going to be the up and up, guys. Just regular old pack breaks, slab sales, single sales. Told you guys, I'm pretty up and up with everything. Ethan, happy you made the stream. Awesome to see you here. Yep, I got scammed on eBay. It's a problem everywhere, not just Whatnot. Bought a job lot of games. Guy took the valuable ones out. Hopefully eBay has covered me. Yeah, usually eBay does. Yeah, it's always a problem, guys. There's scammers everywhere. The best thing we can do is just be the best, like, voices of change, be the best good examples. And, hopefully enough people will just flock to people like us to do it right. And they start to, just flock away from the people who are scamming. And as open market works, it just works itself out automatically. And eventually enough of the word gets around that certain people are scamming and they get pushed out. Like, that's what happened with Blake's Breaks, right? Enough word got out. Now he's, didn't he go back to the NFL or something? So that's all you can do. All you can do is make sure you're doing it by the book and right. And you can't worry about anything, what everyone else is doing. No, average player asked, do I get money for everything you spend? No, I don't get paid based off how much you spend on Whatnot. If that's a deal someone else got, that's lucky them. I get a referral commission, for the link, but that's it. Like, it's not in my best interest to get you to spend a whole bunch of money on that platform. Like, it's my best interest is to have you sign up for the stream, get your free $15, spend it with me so I can, sell product, but you get it free. And then to have as many people watching my live stream as possible, because it pushes me up in the search results and it has more people find me organically. So that's what benefits me. I'm very clear about how I get benefited. I don't get benefited by if you spend $15 or if you spend $100. It completely doesn't matter to me. It doesn't benefit me any more or less. I answered this earlier, but benefits of breaking on Whatnot. You have the live auctions. You can just run and sell cards at auction. I have the live giveaways, so I don't do all this other stuff for giveaways and make comment sections. I can just do a live giveaway right then and there for anyone who's there or for anyone who's bought already. It's an easier platform for selling. You can just click buy right on there. They deal with all the shipping real fast and easy, where that takes me guys, you don't see behind the scenes. That takes me a couple hours the next day to go through all the orders and do the shipping and all that. Whatnot makes it a lot more streamlined. You don't have to go to an outside site like my own and buy. It just, there's a lot of benefits to it, right? It is a good platform. I mean, you can't deny it's a good platform. I appreciate that, man. I hope to see you there. All right. Hey, and I'm talking with Drip right now too. They reached out to me as well. We're in negotiations. They're offering me certain things. I might be trying out Drip too. We're just trying things out. Like I said, nothing's set in stone. Just trying stuff out. See how everyone likes it. Greetings from Sweden. Thanks for stopping by all the way from Sweden. Appreciate you. Okay, let's see. The paywall in February will be the numbers and profitability behind whatnot. What does that mean? What does that mean? The paywall in February. When is the Team Up booster box? Here's the thing with Team Up is I can't make sense of it for you guys. Like, here's the thing. People always get mad at me for pack prices, but here's the thing, guys. The reason pack prices are higher is because they're coming out of a sealed box. There's guaranteed hit rates. You know they're not searched. You know they're not weighed. I don't think you can weigh Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield packs. Some say you can, but they're not. They haven't been circulated. They haven't been resealed. So that's why I like doing sealed booster boxes. And so that's why the packs can be more than if you go buy sealed packs. Look, yeah, you can go find a Paldea Evolve booster pack, cheaper if you go buy a loose pack. But again, you don't know if like that person already got a bunch of hits out of that box. They're selling off a lot of those other packs because they know a lot of the hits are gone. You don't know if like someone did try to reseal it. You don't know that stuff. And so that's why the packs can be a little more expensive per box. And so for me to open a Team Up box live on stream, the Team Up boxes are selling at a good premium to what the actual single packs are going for. And so I'm just afraid I get a lot of heat of people saying, Alex, I can buy a sealed pack for $45 or $50. Why are you selling them for $65? Well, because the boxes are $1,900, $2,000. Like I have to, right? $50 a pack. It's like comes out to what, like $1,800 or something. I forget, but I was doing the numbers and I was like, well, this doesn't make sense. Like the packs are way cheaper. Same thing with Evolving Skies. I love to open Evolving Skies, but the pack price is so much lower than the booster box price. So I know I'd have people coming at me, getting mad at me for Evolving Skies when in fact, like the Evolving Skies booster boxes, I have to charge more than the per pack price you can buy on TCG Player or eBay for a single pack because there's a premium pulling it out of a sealed box. And so, yes, there is always going to be premiums opening sealed boxes live on stream than just random packs. But that's one of the reasons I haven't done Team Up yet. I'd like to. I would like to. I'd love to do Evolving Skies. I'd like to do some other sets. I'd like to do some other XY sets. I'm just trying to make sure I can make it worth it or, people will feel okay buying it. Because I want everyone to feel like they're getting a deal too. Like I don't want anyone to feel like they're getting ripped off. I want them to have a fun time. I want them to have a good chance of pulling something. All those things. Like, guys, I want everyone to have a good time in this hobby, in this community. Like I try my hardest to make things fun and to make things accessible. And I try my hardest to do that. When people like buy a good amount, they don't get a hit. I always throw some extra stuff in, whether it be more free packs or I throw a hit in for them. Because I just want everyone to go home happy and have a good time and not feel like, they got gypped or something. Like pack breaks, we know you're already gambling. You're already gambling. But at least like with the gamble, sometimes it pays off. Other times I can throw a little something in, so it's like a consolation prize type thing. Whatever it may be. And especially boxes, when you get back to these kind of boxes, they're like $500, $600, $700 boxes. People aren't going to buy. They're not going to open a box that expensive, but they might have enough to buy 1 or 2 packs for a little bit. So it's like it gives you a way to open the sets without having to buy a whole box and know that it's coming from a legitimate source. Know that it's coming out of a sealed box and not some random circulated, maybe reseal, maybe search pack type thing. So that's why I do the box breaks, guys. It's a good time for everyone usually. That's the thing. Everyone that shows up has a good time. The only heat I get for it is like from like the investing side, right? That's why another reason I really there's another benefit of Whatnot. The Whatnot crowd, from what I've seen, I've visited some streams. they're nowhere near as negative as this investing community. I'm just gonna come out and say it. A lot of these people they're toxic. They're just toxic. They make people feel bad for opening packs. They make you feel bad for like, collecting certain things. They make you feel bad for investing in certain things. They make you feel bad for all these different things, making certain kind of content, and it's just like, it's so negative. Like, that's why I've unsubscribed to so many different Pokemon YouTubers. Like, a lot of these whatnot people, they're just having fun, right? They're cheering each other on, right? They're opening packs. They're opening the slab things. They don't care about what's being said about, all the stuff on YouTube. Like, and same thing with my pack breaks. When my pack breaks, you'll have a few negative people come in and say, whatever, this is a ripoff or whatever. But most people, they're having a good time. We're cheering each other on. We're sharing our enthusiasm for the pools. Everyone's like, feeling for each other when they're getting bad. Like, I help the people out when they get bad. Like, it's a good time. It's a good community. And so, like, that's why another reason I like I'm trying to distance myself more and more from the investment side of this community and just stay in my own lane. Because, like, I don't fit in. I don't fit into it. I don't like it. They hide behind they hide behind the veil of being realistic when really they're just being overly negative and overly down and overly pessimistic. And I just don't like it. So that's another benefit of the box breaks and whatnot is like, it's just more positive people, man. Yeah, average player, absolutely. I mean, guys, did I hide that? I didn't mean to hide that. I went over affiliate links. Yeah, when you guys click my affiliate link for whatnot, I do get a commission off that. You don't pay anything for it. You get your free $15, and there's no purchase necessary. You can spend that $15 on the stream. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't hiding that. I'm sorry if it came out that way, man. Guys, I'm an open book. Just ask me. If you feel like I'm hiding something, just tell me. I'm real open. I don't hide anything. Looking forward to it, Alex. Just FYI, though, the $15 credit, since it doesn't apply to any tax or shipping, still happy to support and hoping to. Oh, really? Okay. All right. What I'm going to do then, guys, what I might do is maybe I'll just charge free shipping for that entire stream. I'm gonna message my whatnot contact and ask them about that and confirm that. If that's the case, then the taxes but taxes on what, $10, $15, that's very little. So you might pay $1 or $2. If that's the case, I'll make shipping free on everything and I'll just price everything to sell at like $15 range. And that way you don't get charged any shipping. Because I don't want you guys to have to come and spend money to get that credit. So I'll do everything in my power to make sure you get it free. That's what I'm trying to do here. So I will look into that. Thanks for letting me know. I'm excited for it too, man. Like, I enjoy it. Like, guys, like, I just enjoy it. Like, I think that is why, going back to like, trying to be real and just talk today, I think that's right. Why my content, like, going back talking to a friend of mine, why he said, like, I just feel it's harder to watch it because it's not like how I know you when we talk. It's like, I think it's because I just get so amped up. Like, I'm that excited. Like, I'm ready. Like opening packs, I actually get excited. Like sometimes I watch these whatnot and other streamers, and they're just like they're pulling cards like it's no big deal. Like, oh, okay, cool hit, good hit, guys. All right, next up. Oh, there you go, good hit on that. I'm just like, how do you pull that and not be excited? Like, I can't do it. I'm excited every time someone gets something. Now, obviously, you pull some random V that some Pokemon no one likes. No, I'm not super pumped. But how am I going to pull some like illustration rare or some like rainbow or one of the top hits and not be crazy excited? I'm not faking that. Like, I don't fake anything. You guys should know that by now. There is no fake in me. I mean, that's how I get in my own. Like, I mean, if I pull something like that, I'm that excited. Why wouldn't I be that excited pulling that for someone else? It's crazy to me. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. I hope it goes well. I'd love to have like a couple streams weekly to open packs for people and be. I mean, it's fun for me, and it's kind of what I told other people about the whole business side of things. Like, I talked to multiple people who sell full time in this business, and I told them, I said, look, I don't know if this is for me, right? I do enjoy the buying and selling side, but I don't want to get to the point where the volume is so high that where I'm spending all day, every day, sourcing and dealing with customers and shipping orders and and buying new cards and pre-grading and grading and doing this and doing that and then running some consignment service like other people do. I don't want all that. I want it to be a part of my business, but I like content creation, right? I like pack breaking. I just like all these other, avenues that you can go down in this hobby. And that's why it's part of my business, but it's not my only business is buying and selling. Like I know a lot about it. I've talked to a lot of smart people. I've put it forth a lot of their strategies. They work. I make really good money. Like I told you guys, I've seen a lot of people have been doing this for a long time that don't have the numbers I have. Like I'll look at my eBay right now. Like this is nowhere near what like the big guys have, but like guys, you remember, I was talking to, I think either Old Card Shop, maybe it was Mr. Walrus. I was talking to one of those guys and their jaws dropped, right? It was like, I think it was July maybe or August. And I told them, I go, guys, I haven't made a single sale this year. And they were like, what? I go, yeah, I haven't made a single sale. And they were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I haven't made a single sale. Like none of my sealed product has got to the point where I want to sell it. And that's all I do. What do you mean? And they couldn't believe it. And so keep in mind, I didn't start really selling until like September, October. Okay. And since then, here's my numbers, right? I'm at here, 41,700. It's decent, right? And keep in mind, since I have a public personality, I get a lot of people reach out to me on Instagram and Discord. I do a lot of private sales. I just made a private sale yesterday for the Silver Dialga PSA 9 from a viewer. And so I do a lot of sales there. I do TCG Player. So that number is probably more like, I don't know, 45 to 50,000 in 90 days. It's not bad, right? Now, is that profit? No. And that's another gripe I have with all the sellers. They never tell you that. They always show these numbers. They never talk profit. I'll talk profit. Of that, only about 25 to 30% of that is actually profit for me. Now, some people have a lot lower profit margins, and that seems high to you. Again, I really focus. I cherry pick, right? I focus on things that have higher profit margins. I'm not trying to do tons and tons of volume. I'm not taking anything and everything. I do cherry pick things and try to hit the best margins. And so, about 25 to 30% of that's profit for me. So I don't know. Let's just take like 45,000 times 0.25. That's 11.25 times 0.30, 13.5. So let's just say, an average of like, I don't know, 12.5 divided by 3 months. I'm probably making somewhere around $4,000 a month buying and selling. That's realistic what I'm probably making. Okay. And that's fine for me. Do I want to grow? Sure. Am I going to put all my effort day to day in and like dive into no, that's not fun for me. A lot of people love running businesses, right? Like a lot of people are very, regimented about their listings. They want to make sure they have like at least 5 listings or 10 listings going on eBay every single day. Like I don't do that. Like the reason I work for myself is I hate schedules. You guys know this. My videos are sporadic. I try to go daily. They're all over the place, different times. My lives are all over. I hate schedules. Hate them with a passion. And because of that, why would I want to regiment myself on a schedule, right? When I get PSA orders in, I list them all that day. Or maybe not that day and the next day, whatever, but I list them all at once. Throw them all up, all whatever, 30, 50, 100 of them, and they're on. I'm not going to try and make them go, 10 Monday, 10 Tuesday, 10 Thursday. No, I'm not doing all that. That sounds terrible. I don't want to get up and list every day. I don't want to get up and have like tasks to do more than I already do, right? And so I like remaining fluid, like where I can like, I can have things sell, but I don't have to like constantly work on the buying and selling. Like, when I want to go and source a bunch of stuff, I can. When I want to go to card shops or events, I can go source a whole bunch of stuff, make a few big orders, get them back and sell that way. But I in no way, shape, or form want my life to be just buying and selling, running bulk, running this, that's not fun for me. Like it's fun to an extent, but I like a lot of the other things a lot more. So that's kind of where I stand. Are my numbers impressive? No. If you go to some of these buying and selling discords where they all share numbers, I'm sure my numbers are peanuts, right? I'm sure they're better than a lot of people, right? Because I understand how to run a business. I understand how to optimize things. I've ran many businesses in my life. I understand how to be productive. So I'm sure I'm definitely not the bottom of the list, but no, I'm not top tier, but I don't want to be, right? I don't want to move millions of dollars in merchandise a year. That's just not where I'm trying to go with this. All right. Let's see what we got. Really appreciate that, man. I'm happy everyone. Guys, I've been getting so many of these messages. Everyone's been telling me all the successes they've had. I mean, I love hearing that. It makes me feel so good that I'm actually doing something worthwhile. So thank you guys so much, and congratulations on all the gains. I was watching a different YouTuber on speculating on Pokemon investing, and the future of the dude flat out said, I have not looked up any data to back this up. It's just how I feel. It's everyone. That's 99% of these YouTubers. They get fearful. They get the stuff in their head. They listen to other people that may have a lot of subscribers or may have large collection, whatever it may be, and they get all wrapped up. If you guys listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, like, you know, I know he's polarizing too, but he made a great like YouTube short, TikTok, you know, guys. He's like, look, and this is the same with me. He goes, my algorithm, it's not filled with all the garbage your algorithm is. He goes, you know why your algorithm? He goes, it's not the content creator's fault. It's not YouTube's fault. It's your fault. If you click on those kind of videos and you spend a certain amount of time on those videos, boom, you're in the algorithm. And they're going to keep sending you more doom and gloom, negativity, all that stuff. Guess what I did? I cut those videos off my feed. I cut those YouTubers out of my feed. And guess what happened? I don't get recommended that BS anymore. I get recommended motivational stuff. I get recommended videos about actual data, numbers, and facts, and actual research. I get recommended positivity. You can do the same thing. If you're getting sucked down those rabbit holes, just stop. Go audit your YouTube list, right? Stop following those creators. Stop clicking on the videos when they release them, and you won't be recommended those videos anymore. It's not YouTube, Instagram, TikTok's fault. It's your fault. They're just recommending what you like. So that's definitely something you can think about. Guys, you know I'm friends with Sean, right? I'm not gonna have those products, right? You would think I'd support him as my friend. Guess what? You know, I literally told him word for word. I said, hey man, I'd love to, because hey, I'm not against mystery products. Like everyone thinks I'm against all this stuff because I had beef with someone in the past about, you know, what went on their Patreon. So they thought I was against Patreons. I'm not against Patreons. In fact, stay tuned. Might have one. Never know. I'm not against paywalls, right? Mystery packs. I'm not against mystery packs. I don't know why people are so against them. If they're obvious ripoffs, like some of those mystery cubes or some of those things, yeah. But guys, I've opened mystery packs. Anything I'm a consumer of, I would have no problem selling. I've opened the mystery packs from Walmart. I pulled a vintage pack out of one of them before. I'm one of, I guess, the few. I used to buy those when I got back in the hobby in 2016, 17. I used to buy that stuff. It was fun. And so I have nothing against mystery packs. I have nothing against those slabs, right? Because, yeah, it's a gamble. Sometimes you're going to get more than your value. Sometimes you're going to get less. More times than not, you're going to get less value. That's how they make money. However, there's a reason I won't open that product. It's all CGC slabs, and I don't like that. If they were all PSA slabs, I might. But no, I'm not going to open them because I don't like CGC. I don't believe in them. How do you feel about the current movement of Chilling Reign? I currently have 30 some odd 3-pack blisters, and after fees can make about 35 to 40%. I can't tell you what to do for yourself. I don't know your financial situation. I don't give direct financial advice. Everyone knows that. All I can tell you is what I'm doing. I'm continuing to hold my Chilling Reign investments. I have a good amount. I bought it when it was $80 a box, and I have not sold any, and I don't plan to sell any in the near-term future. I think the boxes are heading to $200 plus. You have to do what you think's best. If that's a good percentage gain for you, if you have somewhere better you can put the money and you think things are going to level out, then go for it. But that's what I'm doing. I still believe in Chilling Reign for the time being. What's up, Don? Debating getting a full booster of Paldea. Just a little much when I can get. Yeah, I get you, man. Bits. If you want to buy a whole booster box, man, reach out to me and I'll give you a deal. Let's see. Yeah, and people are chiming in, telling him to sell the packs. Here's another thing you can do. If you're not 100% sure, here's what I do in the stock market all the time. I do this in Pokemon too. You can sell half, you can keep half if you're not 100% sure. That way, if it does keep running, right, you still get to make some gains. If it does crash, well, at least if it does come down, right, well, at least you didn't lose everything, right? At least you're still up. And so, yeah, you can always sell half, and keep half if you really want. Like, that's another option you can take. All right, guys, I'm way behind. Oh my gosh. Guys, if I skip your question, feel free to put it again in the chat. I'm not trying to skip anyone's questions, but there's just so many. I got to try to catch up in some way, shape, or form. So I'm going to be skipping ahead a little bit. I'm going to skim through pretty quickly, but feel free to leave your questions. I'll no problem taking them. Not trying to dodge your question if you think it's a hard question. Guys, I'm an open book. I'll take any question. I'm not dodging anything. What about the Cabal sponsorship? I'm not trying to call you out. Just curious how much money you're really making pumping Modern Sealed. I'll tell you, I'm making as much money as all the sets go up because guess what? Surprise, surprise. I invest in every Modern Sealed set. So every time any Modern Sealed set goes up in value, I'm making money. Fair? It's pretty fair. Oh, by the way, what set do I pump the most in Scarlet and Violet? Paldea Evolved. What set do I own the most of? Paldea Evolved. I mean, guys, it's pretty simple. There's no secrets here. There are no secrets. But here's the other thing, guys. I mean, like, I sold all of my Sun and Moon and XY, every bit of it during the boom. When everything was spiking, I sold out. I've talked about this before, right? I no longer own any of that. I still talk about those boxes having crazy gains. I don't own those. Nothing in it for me, right? I just show you what's out there and tell you my honest thoughts. And when I invest in things, I invest because of my honest thoughts. That's what I think. Here's another fun fact for everyone. Everyone thinks I'm just a modern guy, right? Everyone thinks I don't know anything about vintage. Guess what? Before 2020, 90% of my collection and investment was all vintage. I did not even start investing in modern until years after I was in this hobby. And I started with Evolutions. That's it. I started out buying all the old sets, base set, jungle, fossil, some of the other sets. I started out buying out collections, flipping those. I started out in vintage sealed. Base blisters, jungle, fossil blisters, right? All the theme decks from WotC, collection boxes, demo packs, gift boxes, right? The jungle gift box. What else? Black triangle base. Here, let me tell you everything I had. I had regular crimp base packs, long crimp base packs with the tradable game cards, the shadowless packs. They're supposed to be shadowless. I had first edition packs, right? I had a first edition base blister pack. I had black triangle packs. Those are the packs where they put the black triangle over the first edition stamp, but they're actually unlimited cards inside. Man, didn't think I knew that. I had the 1999-2000 UK print base set packs, right? Had all of them. Had all the base set packs. Had all the black. I had the Black Star promo set. I had graded PSA 10 copies that I graded myself of Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Center and Lucky Stadium, number 40 and 41 of the original Black Star promo WotC set. Had tons of PSA 10, PSA 9 copies of Jungle and Fossil because those were the boxes that we opened back in the day, the packs that we opened. Most all my collection was vintage sealed and vintage slabs, much higher vintage sealed than vintage slabs. I mean, I had all the vintage booster boxes up to first gen WotC. I had the base set, the first edition, Jungle Fossil, Gyms, Team Rocket, base 2 was not first edition. Had all that stuff, guys. I mean, that's what I believed in, right? And people are saying, well, Alex, then why don't you talk favorably of it now? Because I believed in it then because it wasn't so high. I can't tell people that I believe in something when a slab that I used to buy for $200 is now $2,000 and it peaked at $5,000 during the boom. I can't tell people that my base set booster box I paid $2,000 for, I sold for $22,500 and it's still selling for $15,000 is a great buy and it has no downside risk. I can't tell people that because I don't believe it. So it's not that I don't love vintage. It's not that I haven't collected vintage. It's not that I don't still see plays here and there in vintage. I just think that it's a much more riskier play. And I think a lot of the stuff, even though it's come down from ties, it's still very high valued, and there's still a lot of risk to the downside in that. That's how I feel. Maybe wrong, but that's how I feel. And I can't be disingenuous and tell you something that I don't feel. So it's not that I don't have like knowledge of vintage. If I don't have knowledge of anything, it's some of the mid-era stuff, right? Anything WotC, I could talk WotC with anyone out there about anything they want to talk about, right? I mean, that's all I really dug into when I was on, different online sites back in the day, online platforms and chat. That's all I would chat about. I'd learn, I'd do research. I mean, I dove into Pokemon in 2015, 16, 17. Like I was on a quest for knowledge, but knowledge, right? Here in my garage. It's everything I've seen over the years after 2020. I talked about it before. I've seen a shift in the hobby. I've seen a shift in the market, and I shifted with it to modern steel because I saw that's what was, more prevalent. And I still feel that way to this day. And I've told you a million times, if I see a shift back, I'll tell you if I see that. I know people give me trouble in Discord all the time, where they show me their vintage plays all the time. Look, there's still plays to be made in vintage. I talked about it very publicly. I bought tons of first edition base set cards. Was it last year, or I guess maybe a year and a half ago now? Because I saw a play in them. I thought they were too beat up, and I did well on them. I made 10, 15, 20, sometimes 30% gains on some of those cards. Guess what I did better in? A lot of the modern steel boxes in the same amount of time. So even though some of those cards I made money on, I still didn't do as good. And I still just don't. And even some of the plays that people show me that they've made in the vintage in the past, recent times, this year, last year, there's gains. Like they're good collection pickups. They can appreciate, but I still see more opportunity elsewhere. And that's where I stand on vintage, guys. All right, let's see. Shout out for the advice a couple months ago to invest in modern steel. Now I'm up 175%, Japanese 151. I love it, man. I mean, I can't take credit for that. As you guys know, I'm not super involved in the Japanese market. I'm not against it. I just don't, that's not what I have enough knowledge or experience in. And I don't have any contacts on how to get under market prices. So I don't take a lot of plays in Japanese, but I am happy that I some way, shape, or form nudged you in the right direction. And you did that. I'm not going to take credit for it, though. I'm not taking credit for that. You did that on your own, man. Good job. Congrats. Oh, let's see. Am I the only one thinking about time frames these days? With trends and fads coming and going faster and faster from year to year, is long-term investing even a thing in the future? We advance so fast that companies come and go faster than ever before. Yeah, I mean, I think long-term investing is always going to be a thing, because even if people and things come and go, a lot of the times, I mean, you see it in fashion, you see it in everything. Trends come back around and people jump back into hobbies even after they left them, and they want to go back and start their collection or complete their collections, and they go back and start buying things they wanted years ago. And so, yeah, man, I think it's always going to be a thing. People are always going to want things they didn't have or couldn't have at other times in their life because of money or different situations. That's my opinion, though. That's not a given. When do you plan on retiring? Oh man, hopefully sooner than later. Everyone's got different financial goals and different ideas. Like a lot of people will tell you, do X, Y, and Z. Use debt to your advantage, or don't pay off your house, or grind in your 20s and 30s, relax in your 40s and 50s. Here's the thing, guys. I did grind in my 20s. In my early, I guess most of my 20s. I guess I'm still in my early 30s. And I see things a lot different than a lot of the people out there, because one of the things all the gurus and all the people who say to use debt and all the grinders don't talk about, they don't talk about a few things. One, there's no way to quantify risk into those equations, right? So people trying to take on all this debt and have all these rental properties and flip properties, they don't talk about the fact that COVID hit and no one was getting their rent, right? They don't talk about the fact that things can go wrong in real estate. Prices can drop, renters can move out, they can destroy your house, you can go long times without a renter, and you can get screwed there. They don't talk about things like, oh, well, why would you pay your house off when you have an X amount of interest rate? You can put the money here and make X amount of money, right? Well, they don't talk about risks, risk in life, right? Or taking 0% interest loans. What about this? What if you lose your job tomorrow? What if your spouse loses their job tomorrow and you don't have the same amount of income? And now that loan that you could have afforded easily, now you can't really afford it that easily. So I'm in the mindset of I like to be in no debt. And so me and my wife accomplished that a while ago. We have no debt to our names beside our house. I have about, at this rate, if I continue at the rate I am now, where it's a comfortable amount of extra payment, we'll have our house paid off in the next 4 years, and then I'll, be truly debt free, and then I'll really start, throwing all the money at retirement. But what I do, yes, I invest in Pokemon, and yes, I do trust in investing in Pokemon, as crazy as that seems, but it's one of my investments. We do max out our Roth IRAs every year, both of us. We do put a lot of money into her 401k. I put extra money towards our house. And other than that, guys, a lot of the extra money does go into Pokemon. It's going into building this business, building, the flipping. And so as far as like that, that's kind of my long term. Oh, yeah, the last thing a lot of those gurus don't talk about, they never talk about quality of life. No one talks about that. It's always money, 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 money. Like you can make more doing X, Y, and Z. Guess what? I don't want to make more. If it means doing all that, I don't want to make more. If it means grinding 60, 80 hours, if it means hitting those phones and making 200 cold calls, maybe I don't want money that bad. Simple as that. I was that way in my 20s. Like I grinded like that in some of my first businesses that I started. Because of that, I burnt myself out too, but I made a lot of money. Like I invested it wisely and things like that. But me and my wife at a point in our lives where we actually enjoy our life, right? We don't have kids. We don't have a lot of stresses, right? We can pretty much come and go as we please. We do our own thing. The way I explain it is we live like we're in college still. I mean, we literally live like we're in college, right? We, kind of fly by the seat of our pants, still play a lot of video games, just watch a lot of movies, kind of come and go. We'll just like randomly take weekend trips here, like randomly decide we're going to this game or that concert or this wherever. We don't have any real responsibilities. It's nice, right? And our incomes combined afford that lifestyle where, worrying about everyday bills and like groceries, or it's not even a thing on my mind. Like and my mind is at the end of the month, how much money do I have left over to do what I want with? Like it's and that amount changes, but like we're at a point where we don't worry about all the day-to-day expenses and stuff. So I'm at a point where I enjoy my life, right? And that's what's number one to us, is being able to be stress-free, enjoy our lives, enjoy what we do together, and spend our time together while we're still young enough to enjoy things, and let everything else worry about itself and take care of itself. So you just have to find what's the best for you. So as far as like the question, like retirement age, I mean, I could live like this forever. Like, I mean, running a Pokemon business, making content, talking about cards, opening packs, like whatever it may be. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess eventually, like maybe retire, wind down, not do as much of it. But I mean, as far as like money wise, like talking about when I'll be financially free, hopefully before our 50s. I mean, I think we're on track before our 50s. We're in our 30s now. I think if I can, like I said, we have our property paid off and in about 4 years, then every dime of extra money will go towards investments and just build those up like crazy. And then as long as, just let those kind of compound over time, should be before our 50s, I'm hoping, if everything goes right. But hey, I don't really try to plan too far ahead, because God's the only one that knows the future. I don't. I just try to do best day to day, and I make goals, I make plans, but those plans can always change. So it's best to not get too struck into time frames and dates, because anything can change on the drop of a hat. I could die, anything can happen. That's where I'm at with all that, guys. Just don't take life too serious. Don't make goals too rigid. Don't get into that lifestyle, because man, a lot of those crazy guys, maybe they got a lot of money, but are they happy? Do they really enjoy every second of their life? I don't know. Trejo jumped in chat a little while back. That's fun. This dude's not even reading the chat. No, I wasn't, man. I did my best, Brad. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I had a lot to get through this video. I just wanted to kind of get a lot of stuff out on this video. 40 likes? Let's get some likes. I appreciate Grecious. Dude, Grecious. The Lions, man. Dude, I hope we have a KC Lions Super Bowl, man. I love it. We got our team. I mean, I wouldn't call it my team. I'm kind of default a KC fan now after the Rams left us for LA. And so it's the closest team I got in Missouri. They're in Missouri. So KC versus a Lions Super Bowl, dude. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. We'll see if they can make it happen. I like this take. OG Weedle Farmer. Whatnot is awesome. Scammers make Whatnot look bad. Yeah, and then maybe if they can get enough people like me on there that can, bring some fun, some energy, and keep everything above board on the table, legitimate. Maybe I can help you a change. Maybe we can change that platform. Push out the scammers eventually. People stop watching their streams. They start watching streams like mine and others. And maybe we can actually make Whatnot a good platform. Because, guys, the actual platform, you can't deny it's a good platform. They did a good job with it. It functions well. It's the people that make it bad. And it's the YouTubers that overblow it that make it even seem worse than it is. But it's a little overblown. Let's be honest. No mystery packs. No mystery packs for me. Nah. Oh, Pokemon Department Store, man. I'm just getting this, man. I'm sorry. This is a long time ago. Appreciate the super chat. How much sponsorship does $5 get me? It gets you this right here. There are 126 watching. More will watch the replay. Pokemon Department Store. He makes, what do you make, man? He makes like all kinds of different 3D printed stuff. Probably some merch. I saw him post some pins, some like wood pins, all kinds of stuff. Reach out to Pokemon Department Store if you want any custom created things. He will take care of you there. Was that good, man? Was that a good sponsorship? Oh, man. Alex, do you think 151 will get reprinted? I do think it'll get reprinted eventually. Here's the issue. I talked about this in Pokemon USA stream. I'm just not convinced 100% that more UPCs will come. UPCs have notoriously been a shorter print product ever since until Charizard UPCs happened. But even with Charizard UPCs, remember, it's not that those were repeatedly reprinted. It's that they were printed so massively. 151 UPCs were printed massively. They were already reprinted. I don't know if the UPCs will get reprinted again. The UPCs could be an investment. They might just go back and reprint the ETBs, the booster bundles, and maybe some like blisters or collection boxes or something like that. So that's always an option. Now, they could go reprint the UPCs again. There's nothing set in stone, but just know that is a possibility is all I'm saying. So that's why myself, if you want to know what I'm doing, surprise, surprise, here, I'll give you what I'm doing. Alex is shilling stuff again. I picked up 10 cases of 151 Ultra Premium Collections. I have 10 cases of those on their way. That's what I believe. That's what I think. I put my money where my mouth is all the time, guys. Recent Champions Path ETB buyout prices spike, but it looks like they're coming back down. Yeah, I mean, it happens every time. The weak sellers, like the what do they call them? The not diamond hand sellers. Anytime they see like prices spike up, they got to get lower. They got to sell it. They got to move it. And so they're trying to get a little quick tendies, make their little 5-10%, whatever they make. And we'll see if enough of those people get pushed out, and then enough of the stronger sellers who aren't just trying to get those little minuscule gains. If enough of them hold out at higher prices, we'll see if it can rebound. But usually things settle at higher prices than they were before the pump. So I would expect those boxes to settle over $100. We'll see though. We'll see. Brad G. Everyone's saying I'm selling my soul. What have I sold? What have I sold? How have I sold my soul to Whatnot? Tell me this. I'm anxious to hear how I've sold my soul. They've reached out to me. They said, Alex, We want you to come and stream on Whatnot. We'll set a date where we'll promote your stream so that enough people can find you organically. We want you to bring your own audience who already likes pack breaks to help out. And we'll give them $15 free to spend if they use your link. And you will get an affiliate commission off those people, but it will cost them nothing. And I said, okay, sounds good. And they said, oh, by the way, will you also promote it on your social media before the stream as well? That's it? Yeah. Okay. No selling souls, no signing on dotted lines. Guys, what do you think I'm doing here? I mean, who do you think I am? I am the furthest thing from a sellout that there is. Here, if you think I'm a sellout, have CGC send me a giant contract. Have someone, want me to pump up some like vintage, investment that I don't believe in or some, whatever it may be, right? I won't do it. Watch me do it, and I'll show you, and I won't take it. It's anything I've taken makes sense to me. It coincides with what I believe, and like I said, I don't know where this comes from. It's this weird YouTube world where everyone's against Whatnot. It's like us versus them. Investing in black labels, dude. I have no idea. I just don't know. It's obviously what probably a lot of the whales are going to go after when they want to come and collect modern product because they are so scarce, and so they're going to be more sought after. Obviously, liquidity is going to be an issue. Finding enough people that can't afford it, waiting for that right buyer, and then, man, I just don't know. I really don't know how black labels are going to perform as an investment. They're great if you want to try and get a black label. Like the gains are exponential. If you want to try and send your cards in, it might be worth the risk there. I can't answer that question. I just don't know, Greg. I'm sorry. I just don't know. It always scares me buying into something at such a high valuation already. That's why I like Modern Sealed. I can buy boxes in the 80s and 90s. I'm getting into the ground floor. That's why it's so hard to buy things after they've already have a ton of appreciation built into them. It's a hard sell for me. Yeah, I mean, I agree with this. Anything that money can be made, there's always a scam somewhere. Yeah, there's always gonna be someone trying to scam, right? But you can still make money honestly doing the right thing at a slower pace, but that works over a longer period of time that people will respect more and they'll stay with you. And that's always been my philosophy: is be upfront and honest. I think it's Gary Vee again, maybe someone else wrote a book about it, but it's like maybe it's like Ryan Pineda, if you guys know who that is. But it's like it talks about just like don't be shy about it. Just tell it, hey, don't like try to hide behind something. I've never done that. Like, I'm selling it. Yes, I'm selling packs. I'm selling graded cards that I have profit built into, right? I'm not trying to disguise. I'm selling it. If you click my link, there's benefits for both of us. Yes, I get paid an affiliate commission. You get $15 free. Same thing with like all the other links. Same thing. Like I've been very clear. I feel like I'm trying to run this as a business. I try to make sure everything is positively geared for both parties, and it doesn't cost you guys anything in all these situations. And yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but you can definitely go about things and not scam on this in the same light. A lot of guys, anyone talking about Whatnot, I've talked enough about it. We're just beating a dead horse. So I see all your comments, like Mimic Brew, I see yours. I see people's comments. I'm just not going to keep taking them, guys. Like, it's not that I'm like trying to like dodge it. It's just, we've talked about it enough. People are getting bored of hearing about it. I've been very clear about it. It is what it is. The link is in the top of the description. If you want to click my link, you get a free $15. We're leaving it at that. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Yeah, 100%. The investing community is so toxic. LOL. Just check your Discord server. Oh, man. They go back and forth with each other on there. I've lost all control of that server. So funny. Hey, I appreciate you giving that 100% like rate. I will tell you right now, my videos do not have anywhere near 100% like rate. I have some haters watching my videos. Oh, man. All right, Mimic Brew, you've been typing a bunch, man. I'll take your comments. I dislike Whatnot because sellers see buyers who spend their whole paycheck and they just want more and more. Never care if they're causing the people support them going homeless. Well, I'm not that person. If you've been to my pack breaks, I always tell people don't feel obligated. I don't need to sell out packs. Only buy if you're wanting to have fun. You can afford it. I'm not one of those people. Again, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? If we want to go through, do you want me to, I can make a whole video and go back in eBay's history and show you all the scams on eBay and all the people who got ripped off and all the people who still get scammed, all the listings on there that are fake listings and resealed and this and that. We can do that right now. You want to go to Instagram, see all the people getting ripped off and scammed on Instagram? Do you want to, I mean, we can do this forever, right? Just because people do bad things does not mean that if I go somewhere, I'm going to do bad things, right? I just don't buy into all that, man. That's not how. Now, hey, if you feel like it's against your morals, that's fine. I mean, I don't think my morals are being, and I have morals. I just don't feel like they're being compromised by where I choose to do business at. Right? It's a tool to do business, is the way I see it. I mean, I appreciate the comments. Like I said, guys, I'll take all your comments. Like I don't mind it. Anything you do, you should be able to defend. You should not deflect. You should not hide. You should be able to defend any decision that you make in life. And I truly believe that. And that's why I'll defend any decision I make very honestly and openly. Andrew Dicker, you be honest, open. What's your size? My shirt size? Oh man, it's like medium, large, depending on the brand. It's an easy question. Oh man. Let's see. I really think Alex goes, Don made money this month. He'll buy. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, hey, if maybe some people get their paychecks on Friday, so I'll make the box break Thursday. Shouldn't I make the box break Friday or Saturday after people get their paychecks? I really got to become a better breaker. I got to do better. You're right. My bad. I got to become a better streamer. Pokemon John's in the house. Hey, by the way, bringing John on the channel. John just hit 1,000 subscribers. I like John's approach to the hobby. John wants to come on the channel for a live. We're going to bring him on, guys. We're going to bring him on for a live. Nizo, Alex's channel has helped me so much I recently couldn't afford to pay my electric bill. But thanks to your advice on buying Pokemon Go, I still had something to burn to keep warm. That started out, you got me. That started out, I thought you were actually going to say something meaningful. God dang it. Gosh, you guys, I just can't wait for Pokemon Go to hit like 100 a box. And I'm going to build another throne and sit on a throne of Pokemon Go and make a video. I'm just kidding. It's probably not going to go there. I'm not trying to shill that. Honestly, if it gets to like 60 or 70 in ETB, I'll probably sell then. I already sold a lot of it and took losses. I did not win on that. I mean, dude, I could. It's just like, it's not, it wouldn't make for a good video. Like, it's stored in a place in my basement where it's unfinished in plastic tubs and on shelves. Like, I don't know. It's not like a collection. Like, a lot of people always say, show your collection. Like, I don't have really a collection. I had one back when I like used to collect before the boom, before I sold everything. But I don't really have a cool collection, right? I mean, I have some inventory. You guys see my shelves in my other room. You see some of this stuff. Like, I don't have like cool, eye-catchy show-off things that you see other people have. I'm just not at that point anymore in the hobby. I mean, it's like you guys have seen storage rooms before. Like, I mean, it's not going to look like Rudy, right? It's not going to look like Pokemart USA or Mason, like who have these like, you know, stacks to the ceiling because they have stores and they run through large amounts of product. Like, I have a good amount of modern steel product, but it doesn't look like those guys. Like, I never claim to be some whale. I'm pretty honest and clear about where I stand. I mean, I try to buy anywhere from 2 to 5 cases a set. Sometimes, I mean, the ETB sets, sometimes I'll even have less, like a case. Like, I don't go crazy. Like, I don't have a lot of Sword and Shield era product. Like, I only have a case of Evolving Skies I bought more of. Like, I don't have any. I sold my Sword and Shield base, Rebel Clash. I mean, I have like tag team era. I mean, not tag team era. Alt-Art era cases of Sword and Shield. But I don't have like massive quantities of those. Like, I just don't have like what you guys think, right? You know, like 5, 8 cases. Like, I mean, if I got it all out and stacked it all up, I mean, it'd make like a pretty cool like piled display. But I mean, I talked about it before, like when everyone's making those videos about like the issue of storing modern sealed product, what they don't tell you. I need a storage unit. What do you need a storage unit for? I can literally stack up 50, 100 grand of sealed product in my basement, and I'll show you guys. It's not much. It doesn't take up that much room. Like, especially once things start to appreciate and cases are worth like $1,000, $1,500, like you don't need much space to store 50 to 100 grand of seal. It's very weird. Right? I mean, anyone having issues with storage, you must not. I mean, at that point, you're so rich that you don't have to worry about it, right? If you have an issue storing sealed product, that must mean you have multiple hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. The last thing on your mind should be what a $100 a month storage unit costs, because you're a millionaire. You're hundreds and hundreds of thousands in Pokemon. It's very strange to me with the whole storage thing. The Gengar Sword and Shield 51, 1. Now, how many did I buy? Maybe. Oh, no, I didn't buy a bunch of those. That was a, I don't know. It was a Collecticon card shop. That was an in-person pickup. I picked up that card in person, and it looked perfect. I was able to look at it under a light and everything. And so I bought that, sent it in, and got a 10. Didn't take it. It's the only one I graded. So that was not one of the ones I bought mass amounts of and graded. I did that with this card, this Sword and Shield 241. I bought a lot of these, and I had a pretty good 10 rate on that. But no, that card, it was 1 of 1, baby. Oh, by the way, guys. Oh, man. Not to pump the stupid whatnot thing. I'm done talking about it. But since these are sitting here, if you guys do show up to the stream on Tuesday night, 7 p.m., I am giving both of these cards away. We're giving away a PSA 10 Lost Origin pre-release Gengar, and I'm giving away a PSA 10 Tag Team Reshiram Charizard GX, the gold card from that collection box. So both of these are given away that night, 100% free, no purchase necessary, if you guys want to show up. So that'll be fun. That's everything. That's it. I want to hear your top 5 Sword and Shield sets in order. Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, Chilling Reign, Brilliant Stars for me. I like that. I'll take Evolving Skies. Chilling Reign seeds higher for me. And what are these? Are these our favorite sets, or are these like best investments? Like favorite sets, it's very easy. I'm going to take Evolving Skies, and then I'm going to take Chilling Reign. I mean, not Chilling, Crown Zenith, Chilling Reign, and then probably like Brilliant Stars, Fusion Strike, something like that. Investment-wise, it might differ a little bit, but yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of those sets. No, I'm not considering making plays of playable cards. I know how to play the game. I played the TCGO online before. I played the old Pokemon trading card game. I used to play with my friends a little bit, but like, I mean, I'm not like competitive. I mean, I'm a competitive person. If I start going with that, I'm super competitive. But no, I haven't dove into it too hard, and so no, I don't. I don't, plan to go after all the playable cards and keep up with all the meta and keep up with the rotations. That's too much for me. And it's just not fun for me. That's another play though. You can definitely do that. That's an option for those of you out there who do that stuff. Pokey Grinding's in the house. What's up, man? I met Pokey Grinding in person at a card show later last year. I think we had 2 different college living experiences. We probably did. Because I went to college local and I lived at home. I didn't live in the dorms. I was, obviously, I was an athlete. So I'd go out and party with the teams, but no, I wasn't get drunk every night, freaking, wake up at 12 a.m. to go to class. I was running my lawn care business at the time. Yeah, we definitely had different college experiences. I currently have $500 budget for the month. Should I spend it all in one case to flip smaller items? You mean one case or? Again, it depends on what you want to do, right? If you're looking to make money, you want to just flip. If you're looking for long-term passive investing, then it's the case, right? It's 2 different things. Distro is drying up 151 product. Absolutely it is. They're starting to put limits on it. Some distros have already ran out of the UPCs. It's drying up. Does that mean more is coming? Maybe. When? Don't know. Can we please do a guess the energy game? Oh, man. I don't want to get in trouble. Thanks for the $15. You still sold your soul. Okay. You got me. Yeah, man, you heard right. I sold my soul. It's over. And then you have people like this. Colby, I love Whatnot. You buy from the people, not the platforms. There's good and bad apples, anything. That is so true. Colby, thank you. You buy from the people, not the platform. If you support me, you can support me. You don't have to. That's perfect. Thank you, Colby. I appreciate that. When do you recommend doing auctions? Yeah, so when I look to do auctions, if I see the auction price ending anywhere from 5 to 10% of what the buy it now sells at, and I see buy it now selling very slowly, it might make sense to auction it. You can get instant liquidity. You can use that money to, put into something else and flip that. You can, rinse and repeat your money faster. So you can actually do better over periods of time than letting items sit stagnant, right? Also, yeah, if it's super highly liquid item, brand new stuff, sometimes auctions very well, especially when you're, one of the first out of the gate. And yeah, if you need liquidity type stuff, here's the thing, guys, this is, not to get all controversial again, but just, because I do both. I invest and I sell. But one of the things I don't understand with all the sellers, right? They build up. So here's the thing. Listen to me here. All the big sellers, right? They always talk negatively about investors a lot of the time, right? When what they do is they build up these massive inventories on eBay. 500, 1,000 plus items listed, right? And a lot of it doesn't even get cycled through that quickly, okay? And so they have all of these items sitting there, some of which, if they're slabs, they can be dropping in value, right? And it's dead. But they're against you putting money into appreciating assets like modern sealed booster boxes. Do you see the hypocrisy there? If you're truly about, rinse and repeating and buying and flipping, and I want to continuously make money, auction it all. Get rid of it. Why let all this inventory sit there for months and months and over a year when you could have had all that money continue to put in new products, or you could have put it into, if you want to hold something for a long term, put it into other things that are going to appreciate faster. That's always my thing. I'll see these people with literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory, but they won't invest. I'm not going to invest in Pokemon. Well, what do you think you're doing with that slab that's been sitting on your store for the past 10 months that I've seen? What are you doing with that? Well, it's inventory. All right, well then call a freaking modern booster box case inventory. Guess what? If you'd have bought some One Piece, or 8 months ago, right, you'd have made 100-something% on your money, but no, you wanted to sit on that slab for the last 8, 10, 12 months, and you didn't make anything. You actually are losing money because that slab now fell in price, or it's the same price, or no one's buying it, whatever. You see the hypocrisy there? It's mind-blowing to me, but hey, that's just me. Tax season is coming. Tax season is here. I haven't made money with any other YouTuber's advice, so I try to support Alex. At least he's honest and upfront. Dude, Don is like, he is the top. He's the top dude, man. I mean, so much support. Always in the pack breaks. Always donating memberships to people. Always in the live chat. Don, man, dude, I appreciate having people like you in this community and part of this channel. Thanks so much, man. I'm happy for you. You've been doing well in the market. Really appreciate you, man. All right, question. Seriously, why do markets pump? Tag team. How does that start? Or Japanese boosters? Does it all start with a shill? Here's what I think, and this is my opinion. It starts the same way that GameStop starts, right? The big GameStop short, the roaring kitty, right? The I am not a cat. That's how it starts, right? It starts with someone believing in something. I mean, I could start a show one day, right? It starts with someone believing in something and putting that information out there, whether it be a YouTuber or just someone in a Discord or a Instagram, whatever it may be, right? Talking to a group of friends in a card shop and showing, their opinions or their numbers, whatever they have, reasons why they think something. And then other people agreeing with that. And those other people that agree with that put their money where their mouth is. And then they start spreading the words to their groups, right? And it starts spider webbing out, right? And their groups share to this groups, and their groups share to that groups. And you start building this larger amount of people who all start seeing it the same way. They say, yeah, you're right. Oh, and then what happens is it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It starts going up, just like we saw with GameStop. It started to double and triple and quadruple. And same thing happens with the cards. The cards start growing in value. And more people see that and they say, wow, this is working. They show their friends, look, I started doing this because this guy told me, and look, I'm already double my money. And it just starts building and building and building and building. And enough people get in it on the movement. And contrary to everyone's belief, the supply is not endless on any of this stuff. And enough demand with the worldwide community, anything can get risen in price. Anything, even a 10,000 PSA 10 supply of Moonbryons can rise in price like we've been seeing recently. And that's how it happens, right? It's just, I think a lot of it's organic. Maybe it has a stem of some kind of shill, you could call them, that maybe called it out first or had a big audience. But it just stems out. Enough people believing in something and putting their money where their mouths are. That's what happens, in my opinion. Champions Path ETBs, it could do well. I'm not like shilling it, but it's probably not the worst thing you could buy. Probably not the best thing you could buy. What set would you compare to Hidden Fates? Uncomparable. Can't compare anything to Hidden Fates. I can't. I mean, from the strength of this, like the set. I mean, you can compare the strength of the set to something like Crown Zenith, but the release, the pandemic pump, the amount of people that brought back in the hobby, the reprints, just everything that went into Hidden Fates. It's just there's nothing else you can compare that whole life cycle to. I don't think. happy to help, man. Happy to help. Appreciate the super chat. Folks, just tuned in. I'm trying to get into the grading market. How do you pick your cards that you grade to sell? All right, it's pretty simple. Yeah, we can talk about that. Pretty simple. So you can do two ways. The high volume guys, they want to look for a very high probability of 10s. And you can look this up on like PSA. You can, take the amount of 10s compared to the amount of 9s or whatever, or the rest of the grades, right? So you can just take the amount of 10s, divide it by the total amount graded. It gives you the percentage amount of getting 10s. Now, obviously, there's no perfect science because these are great. These are cards that are already pre-graded. So it's not like every card is that percentage getting a 10. But every mint card you send in has relatively a higher percentage getting a 10. So a lot of the high volume guys, they like to look for like 60, 70, even 80% 10 rates. And they send in mass amounts of those, and they try to make small margins and flip a whole bunch of cards. But usually the margins are a lot smaller on those easy to grade 10s, right? After grading fees, you may not even double your money. You may only make like a percentage of it, right? Whereas, sometimes like people like me, I like to look for some of maybe the harder to grade cards, maybe like 50, 60%, even 40, 30% chance of 10s. And with those, you can see much higher percentage gains. Perfect example is this Charizard, actually. This Charizard's only got here. Since we're live, I can go ahead and we'll pull up TCG Fish, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here you go. Let's type in it's a perfect example to really go off of. So this Charizard has a 39% chance of a 10. So a lot of the high volume guys will say, I'm not going to mess with that. It's too hard to grade a 10, right? Only 1,287 10s. There's 2,000 9s. There's 4,000 total graded, right? So it's presumably harder to get a 10. However, I could pick these cards up for $8 or $9, and the 10s are selling for $90 to $100, where I've already sold multiple of them. And so I told myself, wow, that's a 10x gain, right? Now, after the grading fees, right, $15 grading fee, it's only about a 4x gain, 3x to 4x, but a lot more than some of those other gains. And so, I figured, hey, if I can find a place where I can source them actually mint, I have a good chance. And so I took that play, and I did really well. I graded, I bought like 20, maybe a few more than 20 of them. I graded 12 of them, 10 of them got 10s, right? So, those plays are out there. And then you can go after the real hard stuff if you want to, right? You can go after the ones that are like real hard 10 rates, where if you get a 10, it's like a moonshot, right? You can buy a $10 card and it's worth 400. It happens. Or you can go back a little further off the ultra modern, go back to like Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, or Sun and Moon XY, where you don't even need a 10. Even 9s and 8s can actually make you money. Perfect example is the Silver Dialga, right? I can buy those if I can find those at auction in the $150, $200 range, and they're mint. An 8 still sells for a good margin. 9, almost a home run. A 10's a moonshot home run. And so like you can find cards like that where it makes sense to grade. So what I like look for, again, a lot of people will say, I don't even care if I lose on 9s. I just try to get enough 10s to offset that. I'm a little more selective because I don't do as much volume as some of those guys. I like to look for cards where I can source them raw, and after grading fees and selling them as a 9, I can still recoup my money and not lose. And then the 10, I can at least make, some people will say a percentage gain. You can definitely go the percentage gain route. I like to at least make like at least $50+. That's why these days I usually go after more of the higher end cards because, yeah, you could say you doubled your money, but it's like, okay, so you bought a card for $8, you graded it, a 9 or 10 or whatever, it sold for 40. It's like, well, $15 plus $8, $40. You made some good margin, or maybe it sells for $50, $60. It's like, it's good margin, but it's real minuscule amount of dollars, like $15, $20, $30. A lot of people, like, again, this is why I'm not a full-time business. A lot of guys will say, I'll take that every day of the week. I'll sell 1 million of those. Well, go for it, right? Like, it's hard to have that much liquidity. It takes a lot of time and energy. I don't want to sell 1 million cards, right? Like, I want to try to find things that have profit margins of $50, $100, $100+. I'm going to sell less of them, but I'm just going to be more selective with what I take. So yeah, you can definitely get the TCG Player is a good, or TCG Fish is a good metric you can look at for the percentage amount. You can get a 10. You can just go straight to the PSA website and look. But that's kind of my advice for you if you're looking to grade cards. Hey, Nostalgia, would you be against an Otherverse TCG booster box if we sent one over for free? Otherverse? Never heard of it. Otherverse TCG, I'm guessing this is your card game. Absolutely, I'll check it out. I'm always open to new card games. To do what? Just open it? Open it on a stream. I'll definitely do that. Maybe we'll do it at the start of one of the pack breaks or just on a video sometime. I'll do that for you for sure. That'd be cool. See what you got. Trying to look for some good questions we got left. I know I've been going 2 hours, guys. I'll wrap things up here soon. I have a question about deals. For example, would buying Battle Styles box at $90 be as good an investment as buying Lost Origin at market price? Ooh. Well, let's see. I'm tempted to say yes on Battle Styles, and the only reason is, I'll tell you guys why. Here's why. All right, Battle Styles. So, it dropped. Okay, so it dropped recently. I was going to say, because see, it was selling in the 1-teens. Okay, so if it's in the 1-teens, I'm just doing the math. Like, well, technically you could pay the fees and the shipping, or you could sell it privately, like on a platform without fees, and literally be ahead on your money, like flip it for a margin. So it's like, in that case, yeah, it's a better buy. You're talking about for a long-term hold. I'm still a fan of overpaying a little bit for the better sets that I see a better percent growth. Now there is a a poor part where that becomes like it becomes too much. Like, let's say Chilling Reign or Lost Origin. Let's say Lost Origin gets to $200, right? And you could buy the brand new Scarlet Violet set that's out at that time for $90. At that point, it may make sense to buy the $90 box over the $200, because it becomes a point where it's harder for a box to continue to double again and again than it is to just buy a brand new set. But I mean, Lost Origin in like the 120s, 130s, whatever it's at, in my opinion, it's still low enough where it has a good easy margin to make, right? I mean, it's not too hard to get to 240, 260 a box. And so I still like Lost Origin in that example, but that's just one example. Like, it could change, right? Like buying Evolving Skies at 500 or buying like a whole case of Paradox Rift. Paradox Rift may outperform Evolving Skies, right? Like, it may go from 85, 90 a box to 170, 180 before Evolving Skies hits 1,000. Make sense? Oh, I appreciate it, Ken. Yeah, man, I still love those. Still love those games. Keith lived in the UK considering his first PSA submission. Yeah. As far as centering goes, PSA is very strict on the front centering. So make sure the fronts are very well centered. It's less strict on the back. Still has to be well centered, but they're a little more lenient. Any more than 1 or 2 white dots, probably not going to get a 10. You're already pushing it. So there's that. I will say, make sure to package it well. Make sure not to have all kind of tape and all kind of stuff where it's hard for them to get to it. Just a good amount of bubble wrap, maybe a piece of tape. That's all you really need. Make sure the box has a bunch of padding in it. Don't skip out on that. Make sure you have all the right paperwork inside. Make sure you tape that label they give you to tape on the box to the outside of the box. Make sure you ship to the exact right address it tells you, whatever shipping service you're using. And like I said, make sure all the paperwork's filled out correctly and placed in the box on top. You want to make sure it's easy as possible for PSA to receive your package, open your package, and know exactly what to do with it. And usually you get treated well. I've always done well. I've never got treated badly. I've never got people damage my cards. So yeah, those are some advice there. I get it, Alice. Look, I get it. Some people have, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like, man, if storage is really getting to be an issue, maybe it might be time to sell off some of those investments or cards and get a bigger place. I don't know. Like, I hate to say that, but it's like, I don't know. If storage is the issue, man, or, if you're a girl, I'm sorry, Alice, I don't know if it could be a female. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I understand what you're saying. It could be an issue for some people. I'm going to leave that there. It's an argument for another day. I don't want to get too far into the storage stuff. I appreciate that, though. Thanks for that. And I'm not trying to be an asshole about that. It's just, man, only 50K is becoming an issue already, huh? Like, I look at 50K and I'm like, especially once like the stuff starts to appreciate and some of the like Evolving Skies case is worth like what, over $4,000? What is it? It's over $2,000. What is it? Over $2,000. Like some of the cases are worth over $1,000. I mean, it only takes what, a few, 10, 20, 30 cases to stack up and you're at 50 grand. Now, if you have a whole bunch of cheap stuff like ETBs or a whole bunch of single cards, yeah, I agree there. If space is an issue, I would say booster box route is going to be your best bang for your buck, most likely, unless it's high-end slabs. Andy, I have been selling my One Piece. Full disclosure, I've already sold my One Piece blue bottom case. That is the only box I have. And I'm trying to put out some feelers privately to some people to sell my other cases right now. My Paramount War case and possibly my Pillars of Strength. And guys, look, you know, people can say, oh, you're a paper hands, you're not diamond hands, you don't believe, whatever. Like, guys, when you have gains of hundreds and hundreds of % in less than a year, that's not normal. That's not right. I'm very fearful of a reprints, and I'm very fearful of people losing this amount of interest. And this level of hype can't last. As much as you love One Piece, it can't last. It just can't. People can't stay this hyped and spend this amount of money on this stuff forever. And I don't want to have to sell on the way down when liquidity is not there and possibly have to take a lot less for items. And so I like selling into hype. Like I've talked about, I like selling into pumps. And so I'm very much considering selling the other cases. I'm still going to keep a box of each because, you know, just because of collection and whatever. But yeah, I'm considering the same stuff, Andy. But yes, I have sold my blue bottoms, except one. I actually bought that one separately because I sold, you know. Ben said, hi, Alice. I have a PSA 10 Shadow Mewtwo promo card from Pokken Tournament. It's like pop 10 or so. How the heck do I price a card like this? Bearing in mind, I don't think many people know about it. Man, I've sold some low pop cards, nothing that low. Just throw a price. Throw whatever you think it's worth. See if someone will buy it. I don't use best offer a lot. I will use best offer on those things just to see what people throw at you, right? I mean, just list it for some high dollar amount. See what people ask. If you think it's fair, take it. It's impossible to give a number on that. What do you think about trading apps like TradeUp? I like the idea of flipping a card and realizing profit. I don't even know that app. I couldn't tell you. Don's been on a live. Back when I did like a call-in show, Don came on. Yeah, we have Don again in the future for sure. Why is the middle era cards like Black and White, Diamond and Pearl getting terrible grades? It seems like PSA gatekeeping semi-vintage cards. I agree. It is very difficult to grade mid-era and vintage cards. I don't know why that is. I don't know what kind of metrics they use. Maybe there is something more nefarious going on, like they're protecting the pop reports. I don't know. It is a thing. I agree with you. It is a thing. Autographed cards, there's a market there. It's a smaller market. There is a play there for getting cards signed yourself. I don't dabble in it, but yeah, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. Pokemart TCG, what's up in the house? Give him a little more screen time. There you go. Check out Pokemart's channel. Lifetime collector, first-time investor. What is that, like long-time listener, first-time caller? You have any faith in the combined powers premium collection, considering that, or a half a dozen booster boxes to get the ball rolling? You know, more of those like ancillary products, right? They're always like more dependent on the promo cards inside. Like it is almost like a way to diversify if they have a whole bunch of different packs inside of them. But more times than not, the booster box is going to be the best play. Now, can someone in the chat right now go and send me all kinds of examples of where like a 10 or a 3-pack blister or a box has outperformed a booster box? Absolutely. Absolutely, you could. I feel safer in booster boxes, but If you're looking to take more risk for a higher reward, go for it. Absolutely. It's not a bad play. I mean, it's definitely not bad thinking. So Steve's asking about what box he's talking about. Why sell on eBay with fees and taxes when you can sell at shows or on Instagram? So at shows, it's going to cost you money to travel. If you're going to get a booth, it costs you tons of fees. You know, table fees, case fees, travel fees, hotel stays, you know, meals while you're out, those things. Instagram, I mean, you can do that, but the problem with Instagram is it's basically the same thing. It's all baked in. I've even stopped selling much on Instagram or Discord because what people do is they just try to bake in the fees to the price, right? They're gonna say, well, hey, it's selling on eBay for $150. Would you do $135? It's like, what's the point at this point? eBay, it's so much easier. I don't have to deal with all these private messages. I don't have to deal with all the shit. Like, it's way easier on eBay, and people are just going to try and talk you down in person or talk you down on Instagram. If somehow you have an outlet to sell at full eBay list price on Instagram or in person, then it might be better. But in my experience, people are always looking for a deal, and anyone who sells privately or on Facebook groups or anything, they usually sell at a discount. So it's just like, well, it's the same as just selling on eBay and eating the fees. So that's kind of why I do it. And also, it depends. Like some big sellers, they have sweetheart deals with eBay where they pay less percentage gains or less percentage fees. I'm a top rated seller and I have a basic store, so my fees usually account to somewhere around 11%. So it's only 11% what I'm usually paying effective. So it's not too crazy to me, especially if anyone like 99% of the time people offering me on my offers I get on Discord or Instagram are like 10 or more % less than what the eBay prices are. And so it's like at that point, it's a wash. I'm just going to keep it on eBay. Now, if you're a buyer, absolutely reach out to people privately because you're probably going to get a better deal. What do you think of picking up some of the weaker XY sets? I like it. And I'll tell you why I like it. What we're seeing with Sun and Moon right now, I made a video about it. Forbidden Light, awful set. Here, pull it up. I love being live. I love being live because we can just pull it up. I don't got to just like answer comments. It's so much easier. Pull it up. Here's why I like the XY sets. Look at Forbidden Light, okay? This is what it's done in the last 3 months. This is what it's done in the last year. Almost doubled. Look at this. 450 sale. It was earlier this year, it was 280. Almost, I mean, not quite double, but what is that, like 70, 80%? All right, so that's Forbidden Light. All right, ready for this? Let's look at the card list. Let's go look at the card list of Forbidden Light. This is one of the weakest sets I've ever seen. Lucario GX, $60. Energy Recycler, 62. Greninja, then you got like, I mean, what are these cards? No one's chasing these cards, right? But Forbidden Light booster boxes are taking off. And then we're seeing the same thing with the other mid-era Sun and Moon sets. So we're seeing that with, what are the other ones? Forbidden Light, Lost Thunder. Lost Thunder, huge upside. Look at this. Lost Thunder this year. Boom. $390 to over $600. 80% gain, right? Now let's look at the Lost Thunder card list. All right, Lost Thunder card list. Ready? You got Lugia Rainbow. You got Mimikyu Rainbow. You got some waifus, a Suicune. That's it. Kind of drops off. Mimikyu full art. I mean, there's not tons. I mean, look at that. You're already like a $5 card on the first page. Like, there's not tons and tons of value for $600, right? And I think what's happening is people these XY and Sun and Moon boxes, they're rare and like they're rare. They're scarce enough because so many have already been opened. The demand wasn't as big back then, so less were printed. So now all the new collectors in the hobby that are wanting to collect them is pushing the prices up and reducing the market supply. And so because of that, just the sheer amount of just not being able to find them, right? The scarcity of these boxes are going to become a lot greater. And I think it's going to continue to rise the prices. So yeah, a lot of those XY sets, the Breakthrough, the Mewtwo set, the Fates Collide, Breakpoint with Gyarados, even Roaring Skies Primal Clash, like a lot of those sets could see upticks into the higher hundreds in the times coming, just because they're going to get so scarce that no one can find them. So yeah, I do agree with the XY thing. And even the Sun and Moon, like Burning Shadows, I think might be undervalued. Burning Shadows hasn't moved with a lot of these other boxes. And Burning Shadows has that Charizard, which is the top hit in all Sun and Moon. When I say the top hit, I mean that in a PSA 10 is the highest PSA 10 card price-wise out of all of Sun and Moon. It's higher than the Mewtwo. It's higher than the Hidden Fates Charizard. It's higher than the Latios from Team Up. It's higher than everything. With that having the top PSA 10 hit in the whole era, it's hard to see a Burning Shadows box still in, the 400s. So, yeah, there's definitely opportunity there because of the scarcity factor. Winner Alex says, we are the cabal coming. So here's the issue with black and white is that the boom, the first boom in Pokemon that brought it mainstream was XY, right? It was Pokemon Go, the video game, the cell phone game, and it was Evolutions and Generations, the 20th anniversary. That brought a huge amount of people back in the hobby, kind of myself too. I was already kind of collecting, but that really got me engrossed in the hobby and the YouTube scene and all that. So that's why a lot of people are continuing to come back and collect XY, right? Same with Sun and Moon. I mean, the boom was there. Hidden Fates, even more people. I mean, a lot of people got into Sun and Moon. Sword and Shield. Black and White, it didn't really have any of that interest, right? It was still kind of the dead era of Pokemon. And so no one really has nostalgia for that. Like you have nostalgia for when you first found Pokemon and when you got back in. Like I have nostalgia for XY, right? People have nostalgia for Sun and Sounds. People will have nostalgia for Sword and Shield. People will have nostalgia for 151. But there's just not as much of that with black and white. Now, with black and white, mid-era, vintage has going for it is the numbers are so much smaller in the print runs and the pop reports. So you need a lot less interest to move the prices. But that's the issue is there's so much less demand for those. So I don't know if it's like capped out, but it's going to be slower movers. How do you become a top-rated seller? I mean, I forget all the metrics. You can type it in on eBay and it'll tell you. It's like, you sell over $1,000. You have over 100 sales. You have like basically 100% feedback. All your shipments go out next day and all the shipments get, tracking and delivered, which with eBay playing with envelope, you can even get tracking on regular cards now. And yeah, just like don't have complaints, don't have a lot of returns, don't have like items you cancel orders on. It's pretty easy. It's not that hard to get. And then you get a 10% discount on your fees. So like if the fee is 13.25%, you'll get like 1.3 something percent off. So it brings it like under 12% fees. And then I have a basic store just because I'm selling enough items now. I list enough items where I didn't want to pay extra insertion fees. And the cost of the store is only like $20 something. And so when I divide it out against all the items I sell per month, it comes out to like pennies, like cents or something. And so it's like, okay, it makes sense. The fees I'm saving buying this because the store gives you another discount on fees. And it also gives you like $25 in free shipping supplies every quarter, things like that. And so the benefits outweighed the cost for me. And so I get another discount because I have a store. But you don't have to do the store thing. It might not make sense for most people. All right, guys, I made it to the end. I appreciate, oh, here we go. Forbidden Light, Awful said it's my favorite. The set, hey, Forbidden Light was hated on for a long time. I mean, maybe it's getting some love now. I mean, I'm happy. Hey, everyone likes different cards, right? I mean, everyone likes different stuff. So I'm happy you like it. I'm happy it's moving up for you. It's awesome. All right. Since he said last one, I'm taking this as the last question. Jaron Cotton. Last one. I'm a smaller collector investor and struggling to know when to sell. Never seem to have trouble buying. Exactly. Any advice on how to decide which products to sell? Yeah, perfect example. Okay. When to sell. One, if you need the money, right? If your actual life, real life is struggling in any way and you're like thinking about paying bills or you're stressed out about money and you have Pokemon, there's no reason to be stressed out about money and holding Pokemon stuff, in my opinion. Two, I always like to have somewhere else I'm going to put that money, it's going to do better. If you feel the S&P 500 is going to do better than Pokemon in the next future, sell and put the money in that. If you feel another product is going to perform better in the same amount of time, sell, put the money in that. If you're going to start buying and selling and you want to use the money to allocate towards your business, sell and use money for that. Just remember one thing, going back to the fees and shipping. If you're selling on eBay, TCG Player, something like that, you're going to pay fees and shipping. So when you sell, you're not putting 100% of those proceeds into something else. You're putting 85% of them, right? If you're going to sell in person, no shipping, no fees, okay, 100%. So just remember, it's not apples to apples, right? If I sell a $100 item, I only have like $85 or so to put into the new item. So I'm already starting out at a disadvantage. So that new item better do a whole lot better than just holding on to that one. So those are the reasons. Like I can't tell you like exactly when to sell, when not to sell. It's just whatever you feel is right for yourself. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you showing up to the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll go ahead and show one last time. Guys, yes, I am starting Whatnot. I will have the stream on Tuesday, the 30th at 7 p.m. If you do click the link at the top of the description, the top of this live stream, you do get $15 free to spend. No purchase necessary. I will have many items, packs, cards, slabs, Japanese, English, all for around that $10 to $15 price range. A lot of stuff. Some will be more than that, but a lot of stuff around that price range. So you can just use the link and get free stuff from me. And that way, obviously I get a kickback from Whatnot for that. And it doesn't cost you anything. So I appreciate that. Pack break tomorrow night, Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds, and more Paldea Evolved. Obviously more content always coming. Forgetting anything else? No, that's everything, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you got something out of it. I wish everyone the best with, whatever you're doing in the hobby. If you're just having fun collecting, you're trying to run a business, you're trying to make money, flipping things to put forth to your collection or to your investment. If you're investing, hope that's going well. Hope you enjoyed the content. Just continue to help entertain you. And hope everyone the best, guys. Stay positive. Stay positive. Stay away from the negativity. There's so many more things to be positive about right now than there are negative. And so that's all I got today, guys. I am out.